What's it taste like, guys?
Like an orange creamsicle.
I could taste like grapefruit. The grapefruit in this.
Yes.
I definitely could taste it.
I like it.
Tastes like an orange soda.
I think we should do holiday drinks for the rest of the month.
It's delicious.
Yeah. What shall we serve, Leandro?
You know what? It was so funny. I was just Googling holiday drinks, holiday cocktails, and this was the first one that came up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a Morton's Steakhouse exclusive. The only thing that's missing from this drink, I think, are the gold flakes.
Yeah, there's no gold flakes. We don't have those.
The actual steakhouse.
That's paired with steaks. But anyway, it's what's in it? It's got Aperol, it's got grapefruit and rose vodka in it. It also has some lemon juice and simple syrup.
Simple syrup. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With
This
cream.
does not taste what I thought it would taste like.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could do without simple syrup.
I think I went a little heavy on the sugar water.
Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to be this sweet.
It's a good thing I have my insulin shot.
And then it's topped off with, for the listeners who don't know, right? I topped it off with some whipped cream and I put a little rose petal in there. I was gonna buy some like legit roses, like full-on red roses that you would get on Valentine's Day, but that shit was like $16. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not for 4 petals, maybe 8 petals that I'm gonna be using tonight.
Well, you could buy one rose and
No. I was at the supermarket.
Oh,
I was like $16. I was like,
Plug some up.
I should have just stole 4 petals.
They're gonna fall off anyway. I mean.
So I bought a small one. It was like $3. I was like, this bunch of mini flowers
roses.
was like $3. I was like, all right, that's
Nice.
Yeah, at least I'll have some left over for decorations and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, it's really tasty. I think it tastes like orange.
Yeah.
It tastes like orange soda. I'll go down that list. I think it was like the top holiday drinks for 2023. So this was at the top of that list. So we have, I think, 30 more drinks to go.
Okay.
Are we
So
recording
one
every
a
day?
day?
Are we going to record every day? Is
One a
that what
day.
it is?
All the way through to what's our holiday? Three Kings Day. That'll be enough.
I don't celebrate
Neither
Three
do
Kings,
we.
so
Celebrate what?
Three Kings Day.
Is it Three Kings Day?
I don't know.
Spanish
what that
holiday.
is. Yeah.
It's in honor of the three wise men.
Oh, what day is it?
I don't know.
It's on Three Kings
It's in
Day.
right
December.
now.
My
though?
fellow Latinos, don't get mad at me. I never
No,
celebrated
it's gotta be
it.
before Christmas because
No, it's after. It's like
what?
January.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, I'm
it is
getting so much trouble.
January 6th, 2024.
There we go.
January.
I'm shooting a
6th.
wedding. Sorry.
It's the holiday is celebrated as the day the 3 wise men first saw baby Jesus.
Yes.
But they saw baby Jesus. Okay, all right. They got their
After
2 days.
the birth.
They got 2 weeks. They got there 2 weeks later.
Yeah. something like
Typical.
that. They weren't Latino, okay?
You guys showed up 2 weeks late.
You know what it is? It's just an excuse to drink.
That and do more gifts.
To have a party.
Celebration. Yep.
Another party.
Oh my gosh.
Are you guys ready for the holidays?
Sort of. I have a lot to do. I have a lot of editing deadlines to meet.
I'm talking about holidays, not work.
Well, I can't think of the holidays unless my
Same.
work is done.
Same.
So
I have so much work to do. Well, I just shot my last wedding this past weekend.
Nice.
I have like 2 more sessions coming up, but as far as weddings go, that's it. But we have a lot of deliveries that need to be made.
yeah,
I don't know. What about you guys?
we have one more wedding this weekend and maybe 6 weddings to edit. So I'm trying to.
Are you guys
Meet
are
those
using AI
deadlines.
though, right?
Yeah, but it still takes me a few hours to go through it, tweak it. I would say like anywhere between 3 to 5 hours a wedding. So there's no AI that's gonna. Well, at least right now, it's not gonna get me to 90 to 100%.
Yeah, that's why we have a human editor to get us to 90
How
percent.
about calling? Like, do you still have to like call a lot?
I call.
A lot after.
If it's like 8,000 photos, it'll get me to like 25, and then I go from there.
You
And-
submit 25 to AI.
No, it cuts me down to like 2,500.
From
Oh,
like
cool.
8 to 9,000,
Yeah.
and then she goes through that bunch there.
Final.
Did you get it down to about 1,000 or 1,100?
Yeah, last year.
And then you
Okay.
submit that to AI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I
Oh,
get
you
that
can submit
down,
the whole gallery to AI.
and then I get that down to about 700 to 900.
Speaking of AI, right? Yesterday I had to deal with an issue with a client who had their session in Central Park at 3 in the afternoon.
Mm.
And I advised her against it because I was like,
Heck.
listen, if you want to shoot
Holiday?
in Central Park, I advise you that we do it in the morning. She's like, no, I don't think I can get the kids up that early, so it's gonna have to
family.
be 3 p.m. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, there's gonna be a lot of people there. We'll figure it out. So anyway,
AKA you will
Yeah.
figure it out. Not her.
Sounds like a Ben Lau problem.
So I deliver the images. Guess what? It's like, we got these people in the background of our photos.
Are you
Can you
serious?
Photoshop it out? I was like, I told you that there were going to be people in the background. If you didn't want these people in the background, we got to go there early in the morning. But anyway, this is a long-time client of mine, so I was like, we'll get it done. And then so I kicked it back to our editor. She was like, yeah, I don't do cloning and healing anymore. We're just gonna have AI do it.
Yeah.
She went, shoop, 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 just circled around these people and then
Yeah.
gone.
It still takes. It's still time consuming.
It's just
It's tedious.
yeah, it's just very tedious bringing it into Photoshop, exporting Photoshop, and just
And then sometimes the first try it doesn't work.
doesn't work. Yep.
So
You might get something worse. You might get like a giant penguin in the
Yeah.
back or something. You know.
The funny thing that happened to me, I was trying to fix some stray hairs, so I type in remove stray hairs, and it added a bird on top of top of the lady's head.
I remember that.
The bird and the hair.
So you got a bird. Jeannie, our editor, was able to remove the pedestrians and stuff. But the thing is, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? If you can just take care of the problem from the front end, you don't have to worry about it in the back end, because a little bit of effort in the front end, it's just a shitload of work on the back end.
Family sessions are hard to get them early in the morning.
Yeah.
It's usually afternoon. Don't even expect it.
Mhm.
Or if you want to go to such a park, don't expect to use like the landmarks. Like it's
Go
just
somewhere in the corner.
yeah. You're just
But
gonna
if it's
get
going to be
greens.
just tree and grass, I can do that anywhere. It doesn't have to be Central Park.
Well,
So if you go to Central Park, you're going to go to Bow Bridge. You're going to go to the mall, the Literary Walk. You're going to go to the amphitheater. You're going to go see the bubble guy in front of the arches. You're going to do all those things.
Then she should expect.
Yeah. Expect the
do,
people.
It's gonna be
do you
people.
see what's the thing that the circle they circle around the tree?
What circle around the tree?
Oh, in the morning.
Oh, there's
early
a Tai
morning.
Chi guy with
The
the
Tai
dog.
Chi people, yeah.
always there.
But yeah, the Tai Chi guy and the ladies there every
Yeah.
morning, bright and early.
They look like they're about to throw fireballs at each other. Like
Tai Chi guy?
There's a
Just
dog. They
top
have a
off
dog.
Jen. You and Jen.
yeah, the dogs roaming around. and
Yeah,
like-
I
The
love
best
dog
part.
We're bonded by
hours.
blood
Yep.
now.
I love the
Anyway, you guys ready to start this podcast?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. All right, guys. Welcome to the Focus AF podcast. My name is Ben,
I am Karis.
This is Jen.
And this is Ro.
and we are Focused AF. I think
Yes.
we are. Today we are.
Yeah,
We
so
got
far.
we got our Christmas sweaters on.
Yeah,
Yes,
Feliz
that's right.
Navidad, guys.
We're very
Feliz
festive.
Navidad.
Holiday. Holiday edition.
This is the This is the
Love it.
holiday episode.
Love the
So,
holidays.
Ro was shopping somewhere, and he was showing this rack of sweaters. I was like, "Oh, are we doing a sweater episode?" I was like, "That's perfect because I have a sweater that I can wear for this episode." Look,
We all do.
There you go.
but the difference is Ro and mine. It lights up. It's got lights on.
Yeah, you guys are fancy.
I don't
Yeah.
think you can see it in the cameras, but I'm gonna show it off.
Yeah.
We
He's
got
got-
regular sweaters.
He's got a reindeer
You don't even have to turn it
and
on.
a Santa
It's
Claus.
not working
holding
anymore.
on-
There you go.
So on his sweater, it's got like a reindeer and Santa Claus drinking what looks to be
Copper mug.
Moscow mules,
Yeah.
probably.
Yes.
Ironically,
Claus.
drinking by a
Oh, and
reindeer.
it's gold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a very Christmassy drink.
Yes.
Yes.
Mine is drinks.
Getting into holiday
Holiday
spirits.
Uh,
Yeah.
Love it.
it looks like a margarita.
Margaritas.
LIT.
That looks
Mojito.
like a mojito, and it looks like a cinnamon stick. So it's
Yeah.
probably one of my old
Old-fashioned.
fashions.
Old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caramel old fashioned.
That we can do that next. Well, we did that one already
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
That
We're
was
not a
special.
huge
That was
fan
good.
of old
Yeah?
fashioned. Or the old
The
fashioned?
caramel fashioned.
The caramel
Oh,
one is good.
oh,
Apple
yeah,
caramel
yeah, yeah.
one?
But that's a
Yeah.
pain in the ass to make.
Mm-hmm.
Today's
Yeah.
drink was very easy to make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This was easy. Yep.
Yeah.
And Karis got Snoopy.
That's-
So Kara's got Snoopy on. Yeah, that's cute. And mine's a.
And you?
I don't know if this is a llama
Pom-poms,
or an
pom-poms too.
alpaca.
I can't even tell what it is. You see?
It's a llama.
I think it's a llama.
I thought it
see
was
its
a
teeth?
fish. I thought it was a fish.
Fish? Yeah. It's a
What's wrong with
llama.
you?
It looked like a fish eye in the
It does.
mouth.
Yeah, that part
Uh,
looks like a little bit like a fish. with, like,
Okay,
the pouty
now
lips.
now I see the
Yeah.
ears and the
It's
Santa
llama,
hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those of you guys that don't know, I'm obsessed with alpacas. And
Why don't you get
llamas.
one?
Huh?
Why don't you get one?
Don't
Just
you gotta
keep
get
it here.
3. Number
and
one.
it says alfala or falala. What does it say?
Fa la 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 la.
Llama.
Fa la la la. So it's a llama then.
Ah.
It's been confirmed. It's a llama.
It's
Fa la
not
la
an
la llama.
alpaca.
What's that? It's not an alpaca. It's like a fa la la
It's
la
a
la
llama.
alpaca.
Yeah, llama,
Alpaca.
llama. I think I bought it.
Yeah,
I
you did
bought
buy
it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you buy a box of those
You're
too?
welcome.
To go with the gloves?
Actually, those are expensive.
What?
This sweater,
Yeah. But I just broke it trying to fix it because I haven't worn this sweater in
like 4 years. I think
Oh,
this
wow.
was pre-COVID sweater.
yeah.
Well, it still fits, so that's good.
Damn it.
You
I
should be
thought we
proud
were
of yourself.
friends.
You should be proud of yourself.
Yes, this is a good thing.
Yeah. 4 years ago, I'm not sure if it's gonna fit me.
Damn it.
What are you guys doing for the holidays?
We go away.
Where are you guys going?
We're not that family. Keep the tradition. I think
I
we
can see.
travel. We travel on Christmas Day. Actually, we go skiing.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh, nice.
So we leave for skiing. So kids open their presents or do whatever they need to do, and then we leave that day.
Nice.
Streets are empty. We go,
Yeah.
and then we check in, and then following day skiing. Yep.
Where you guys going this time though? Like where?
It's the same time. Same thing.
Pennsylvania?
We go to the same place.
Where?
That's
Massachusetts.
our Christmas
Oh, Massachusetts.
tradition.
Massachusetts.
We go to the
That's
same
cool.
place.
In Massachusetts.
Past
Jiminy Peak.
4 or 5 years.
Do,
Yep.
do you snowboard, ski, or tubing?
None.
well, the kids
You just
go
go
skiing.
dress cute
We're
and
going
have
dress
hot,
cute.
and have hot chocolate.
Kids, so we put the kids in ski camp.
Yeah.
They've been in the same ski camp for like 4 or 5 years.
that's
So
cool.
They ski.
They're really good. They're black diamonds now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it
So-
real snow or is it
Yeah,
fake
it's
snow?
real
Yeah,
snow,
yeah,
man.
real snow.
Because like some of these places have like snow machines. Like
They do
Yeah.
when it's needed. But
Yeah,
here
yeah.
where we go, there's always real snow there.
Because we're going
Nice.
more up north, and then it's less crowded. That's why I like it. And then so Ben
I usually do my taxes that week.
and Ben wanted to learn, or he says he snowboards, so he took a lesson like 3 years ago.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, I'll start snowboarding again, but I want to take lesson, whatever. So we both signed up to do snowboard lessons, right?
Oh my gosh.
Literally 10 minutes into our lesson, guess who falls
Oh.
and injures
Oh
his
my
wrist.
God.
I sprained my wrist.
Like
My
literally 5 minutes into the lesson.
Oh my god.
So the whole week he was out.
I
Good thing
sprained my
it's not in
wrist.
busy season that you did that.
It was actually it was still sprained. It was like it took 2 months to recover, 3 months to recover. I sprained it pretty bad, and but thankfully it wasn't my shooting hand.
I'm gonna say it wasn't your shooting hand, right?
Yeah, it wasn't my shooting hand. There's some pictures of it with me in a cast. You know, it's pretty cool. I got some street cred. You know, I could tell people that I got into a snowboarding accident, but no one has to know
in the
that.
same spot.
But nobody has to
Like-
know it was during like a
bunny
beginner's class.
slope, bunny slope.
like flat area.
The bunny slope.
Your wife will be right by your side, humbling you when you tell that story.
People were like, "How fast you were going?"
I wasn't even going anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. When you tell people, "Yeah, I got hurt snowboarding,"
I was waiting in line when I got hurt.
nothing. I just slipped.
I think I'll go again.
So this year I think we'll just stick to skiing.
Or just go tubing.
Yeah.
Tubing is fun.
Tubing.
No, that's kind of lame.
But Aiden loves like skiing. So yeah.
No, I'm going to take the classes again. I'll be a little bit more careful.
Do ski.
No. So, but anyway, I don't know if you guys know this. Like, I have a snowboard that I purchased like 20 some years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I did this because I was trying to impress a young gal, and that obviously didn't go anywhere, right? But I have this snowboard and the whole getup, the boots and everything. That's I think it was worn once for that trip. I just had it in storage, and then. And then the thing is, lucky me, Karis doesn't like snow sports, right? Or anything like that, winter sports. So when the kids started skiing, I was like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity for me to bring this out of storage, right?
Oh boy.
So, of course, the first time I bring it out of storage, I get hurt. It was like a 20-year gap between the last time I snowboarded to
But you
this time.
rented gears, no?
No, I didn't rent anything.
I'm pretty sure you rented.
No,
You
you
bring
rented
yours?
gears.
Yeah, I don't do.
Is your
do-
equipment stored right next to the kayak that you brought too?
Which is also used
all
only
the,
once.
all the
Ro will not forget anything.
Well, the kayak's back here, you know? No. When I get the opportunity, I'll use the kayak. the idea with that one was, we didn't know how long COVID was going to last. So I was, at some point I was probably going to take it out in the water, but I think, I won't have that opportunity in the near future.
Right next to your bike too.
Please don't take it out in the water.
I mean, it's out. It's ready to go whenever. So you know what I've been doing, right? So anytime the clients inquire about a venue that has a water feature like Rock Island or like Bear Brook, you know what? Funny thing is, Bear Brook doesn't even have a large water feature. It's just a little.
It's the shape of a heart. It's the shape of a heart.
Is it really shape of a heart?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
They
Carrie.
have Bear Brook has an indoor barn now. They built a barn indoor ceremony. I shot there.
Oh, okay.
by
That was my first-
the little vineyard, whatever they have there.
Yeah, so across from the parking lot, that barn,
Yeah.
they turned that into
Indoor
ceremony space.
ceremony
Cool.
space. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Indian Trail Club has a water feature. Wherever I was like, since you guys are booking this venue, listen, I'm going to sweeten the deal a little bit. Not only will I get you guys a free print, you guys can borrow my sweet
Free
canoe.
print.
You guys can borrow my sweet canoe, and it's on the house.
Free print.
How many people have taken you up on that offer?
0. I'm like, why would you don't want to borrow my canoe? I'm not even charging you rent. You just gotta pick it up and bring it back.
Like logistically, it just
Yeah, like it's
like
so
to put
much
a wedding dress in there, like it's not.
Yeah, and then how are you gonna lug it? Like
No, just bring it and I'll put it on your roof rack and then
What
you're good.
what you should have got was a gondola.
Who's going to be the gondola driver? Me? Can you imagine me
You show
in like
up
with a hat and stripes, like black and white stripes, and like singing and with an accordion in like at the Rock Island Lake?
You make a lot of money.
Oh, you know what's funny? We'll name drop one of our friends, right? So our good friend Gerardo Soto, right? Soto knows photo, right? So he's the one to actually restore this canoe for us, right?
Is that photo with an F?
It would be hilarious. It should be, right? So in any case, he's going to love it when this episode comes out, right? So we needed to make sure that this thing was floating, right? So I called up Rock Island. I was like, hey, it's during COVID. We got nothing to do. Can I borrow your link for like... I just wanted to see if this thing floats, right? So we hauled our canoe
You went
all the way up to Rock Island.
Rock Island
he
when
did
you
a
have
session.
all these like places here.
So me and Gerardo, we went all the way to Rock Island, and
did a session, right?
we
With
did
a couple.
we did a session up there too.
Oh,
while we
okay,
were up
all
there, and so after the couple went home, after the session was done, I was like, "Hey, Gerardo, you want to just go out on the boat with me?" And stuff. He's like, "Yeah, let's go." So while we were going out there, I started singing Pocahontas songs and
Oh
stuff.
my god.
Did the
He's
couple
like,
use it?
Ben, this is making me feel very uncomfortable.
Did your couple use the kayak?
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
It's not a kayak; it's a canoe.
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 It's different.
Oh yeah,
very different.
kayak is flat.
It's smaller.
Yeah,
Kayak is-
it's like really low to
one
the
person,
water,
yep.
Yeah. This is a
and
canoe.
your legs go.
Well,
in- in-
kayak, you can go inside or you can go above it.
Mhm.
But this is actually like it's a canoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Small
hollowed out.
boat,
Huh?
like the Central Park ones.
No, those are rowboats.
That's what you need. You need a rowboat.
This is narrower
Well,
rowboat.
well, the funny story is, I actually originally was looking for a rowboat, but Facebook Marketplace knew that they knew that this is what I was looking for. It's kind of creepy actually, and then this canoe showed up on my feed. And the thing is, I don't know about you guys, but with Karis and I, we have an agreement where if anything's under $200, we don't have to consult with the partner, right? So I can just buy it without
My
letting her
budget
know.
is a little higher, but okay.
What's your budget?
I have unlimited budget.
I don't have to consult with her. If it's under $200, I don't need to consult with her. So I was like, yo, $195 for a used canoe?
Is there not an exception for the size of the item that you're buying?
No, anyway, I
Because I
didn't
know you
realize how
got it
big.
for like cheap, but like you're not coming to my house with
Yeah.
a canoe. If it was $100, I'm sorry.
Yo, this motherfucker was like 15. It's a 15-foot canoe. It's
Oh,
huge.
50 foot.
15.
Oh,
Right there. Did you ever see
I'm
it?
like 50.
It's like
I'm
blue. It's like
holy.
light blue.
It's almost the size of this
Here.
room. It's almost the size of this. It's a little shorter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because this room
It's
is 20
shorter,
feet,
yeah.
right?
That's when that rule goes out the window. You're not coming to my house. That big, no.
She didn't want to let me get a kayak.
No, you can borrow my canoe anytime you want.
He has a kayak too. Did you know? We have a kayak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both.
okay.
Yeah.
I have both.
And
His
you don't
dad-
even use them.
No.
Well, I was planning on using it during COVID, but
Ben's a hoarder.
I could tell.
Yes.
And you have like 3 bikes for no reason.
Yes.
no,
You
it's
don't
not
even
for
use
no
them.
reason.
Yeah, for
You
no,
didn't even use them.
no reason.
No,
yes.
I do use them. What are you talking about?
When was the last
When
time you
was the
went for a
last
bike
time?
ride?
COVID?
Right before
Yes.
it got cold.
Yes.
Because I ride my bike to the my kickboxing class.
But
And is that local?
Just one.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's local-ish. No. I switch between depending on my mood, whichever.
Right,
Do
sure.
you also approach gear the same way?
Do I hoard gear? No, because I sold all of mine.
You have those 2
Oh,
bricks
those?
over there.
Just in case your cameras conk out or whatever.
I forgot
you know?
about them. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, those are for video stuff.
You know, a Nikon rep, I told him that we were using, what was it, D4s for video? And he was shocked. Like, his mouth dropped.
Those are my backup cameras.
He was like, for video?
Why?
It
Why?
takes nice videos.
No, it doesn't. He was looking at me like, with all the options we have today.
Yeah, even little point and shoot shoots better.
That's why we
Now-
only use it for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Now we use like a Z8 and a
Yeah.
ZF for video.
Yeah.
Show off.
Shout out to Nikon.
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 Are we gonna get sponsors?
Team Nikon.
Also, for today's episode, we have new lights set up.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Compliments to Gikoto,
Yeah,
Mhm.
Gikoto.
Gikoto, and
LEDs.
Godox.
Godox, yes.
Yeah.
Godox.
I'm sure Gikoto doesn't appreciate us
No.
putting them in the same
Not at all.
sentence.
No.
Sorry, Hiram.
It's like it's blasphemy. You're
They
putting
do
those two
not.
things together. How dare you? Right?
Well, we got them so cheap, but we had to do it.
We'll put gaffer tape on the logo.
But previously, we had one giant 48 foot. Is it 48 foot?
Yeah,
48 inches?
it was a 48-inch octobox.
Yeah, but now we have equal light on everyone because,
Are these the lights we got at the show?
yeah.
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 You got
Shout out to
these-
Hiram.
These boxes thing?
Muchas gracias. We got to tag him when this episode comes out. Okay. But yeah, my
Yeah,
previous lights, my other lights, right? So basically, we got a pair of Gikoto video lights, right? And they are wonderful because the thing is, I've been looking for a light that allows me to kind of control it remotely because I'm using the old-fashioned lights where I have to manually dial it in, right, with my hands. But the thing is, Karis upgraded. She has the lights. I think.
You could take my light.
No, it's okay. So anyway, she has practical lights, which are amazing, right?
Yeah, they're like $1,000 a piece.
I don't know
right?
what she spent, right? But in any case,
She didn't tell you. She don't have to tell you.
right?
I don't have to tell anyone, okay?
Right? So like the thing is, I have to manually dial my light. So I was looking for lights. I was on the market looking for a light that I can control with my phone, right? So when we saw the Gikoto booth, I was like, oh,
Jealous.
I was like, this is perfect, and it's nice and small and compact, and it was everything that I was looking for. However, I needed barn doors on it because the thing is, the light spread was too much. So I was like, yo, do you guys have barn doors for that yet? They're like, well, you have attachments and beauty dishes and all kind of stuff. But I was like, I'm not packing. Look at this, guys.
Gigantic.
Look at this. I'm not packing this shit.
So first off, that grid is gonna kill the
Yep,
output
yep.
a lot.
What do you mean grid? Oh
Like-
shit.
The honeycomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to try it, try
Take it
without
out.
that grid.
Yeah. All right. Well, even you take the grid out, you got this beauty dish here that makes the thing so huge.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
it's the reflector.
Yeah,
but
'cause-
you know what? They all have that though. Every
No, because
every
the light,
light
that I,
in that category comes with a reflector like
No,
that.
Practo just has
Well,
it's
that's-
just the barn door
That's,
that
a,
goes
that's,
right on the
that's a
light.
different type of light. It has a built-in Fresnel lens too, right? Like it's like
Mine has a
focus.
Fresnel lens in there
Right.
too.
So you're comparing different types of
I
uses
suppose.
of lights.
Right. So I was like, this is huge. I'm not packing
What
this
does
with
this
me.
look like? Oh, the bulb sticks out?
Yeah. So
this bulb doesn't stick out. It's flat. It's flush.
So
Oh.
like 60-watt LEDs, they're mainly
Oh, LEDs.
they're mainly used for like a reflector like that to throw a lot of light, or attached to an octobox, like a small little octobox.
Actually, I have a pair of Felix lights. It's an LED also.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Felixes?
LED light, and that barn door goes directly onto the thing. So anyway, I talked to
that's massive.
I talked to the salesperson. I talked to the salesperson. Shout out to Hiram, and he was like, not yet. They do have something in the works, like a barn door for that light, but for the time being, I'm not bringing out two of these.
Yeah.
This thing's huge.
You
It's the
don't
size of my
bad for
head.
that.
I
So anyway, I'm so happy that we finally got a chance to use these lights in a more practical setting, and we have the space for it. And then here's another funny. Actually, this is not Facebook Marketplace, but I found it on Facebook. See, Facebook is still useful, guys. You guys make fun of me all the
You're
time
the
about me
only
being
one
on
on
Facebook.
it. You're the only
But
one
in
on
any
it.
case, I saw this great deal on these strip lights, diffusers, for like.
No, it was in a Facebook group. Was it Better Together?
Oh, whatever it was. It was
Yeah.
on Facebook, okay? And I was like, yo, this is a great deal. So immediately I tagged Rolando on the
yeah.
post. Yo, do we need these? Yeah, we do.
course.
And like that afternoon, I picked them up.
That was me politely saying, pick that shit up ASAP. Because I've been saying we need them.
It was a one-word answer. It's like, yeah, we need. I was like, yo, Ro, do we need these? Yeah.
It was
Done.
close. The person was in Piscataway, right? Like,
It's like around the corner. It's like
Yeah.
like 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away.
Perfect.
Wasn't
But you
far.
lost all the other things she gave you.
Well, I don't know where they are. I didn't lose them. I just don't
You
know where they
lost
are.
them.
Misplaced
No.
them.
I didn't lose them.
Misplaced
It's
You
on our
lost
property
you
somewhere.
Lost them. Okay, you lost them.
So anyway, for the holidays, I don't think we answered Jen's question, right? She asked us what we were doing.
Yeah,
for
you guys
holidays.
are going to skiing.
Yeah.
You're going
I
skiing
did.
trip. Yeah, skiing.
Yeah. And then
You're
also
going
I don't know how we
skiing
ended up
and-
here. From
And doing taxes.
I do my taxes every winter around the same time. Between Christmas and New Year's, I'm doing my taxes.
You're a fun person during the holidays, huh?
I am.
Taxes.
That's all I do
Kids
every
go-
year.
He's like
we drop them
Scrooge.
off. Yeah, we drop them off in the morning,
And then I
and
do
then
my
we pick
taxes.
them up at like 3. We do our own things, and then we pick them up. We have dinner, and then we come home. I mean, we come back to our hotel. And
Every year for the last
Yeah.
14 years, between Christmas and New Year's, I am doing my taxes.
Fun.
Because you know what?
We always wait till the last minute.
Because on January 2nd, I have all my shit done. It's
Yeah.
all done,
Yeah.
and then all my
Ben's
1099s are out.
Nice.
Everything is done.
because of our associates, we need to give that out.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. You have to get everything.
Well,
yeah.
there's
January 30th.
laws. There's laws too of when you're supposed to
January
mail
30th.
those things
It has
out.
to be out
Yeah.
by January 30th,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Which is part of the reason why I'm with my new account right now, because my last accountant would give it to me on January 30th. I was like, what the fuck? I need to send this out on January 30th, and
30th.
you're giving it to me on
Three.
January 30th.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
And
know?
then, and like you know, I believe most of your shooters have full-time jobs. They get their W-2s like at the end of December, probably.
Yep.
I mean, the first week of January. I mean,
Mhm.
so they're waiting weeks probably for these documents to
Yeah.
do their
Yeah.
taxes.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I was like, this is not going to fly. I have my shit together. Why don't you have your shit together? And that's
Mhm.
probably, maybe we can talk about it later today, like having all your shit together. Like,
And
I have very little patience for people who, don't respect my time and they don't have all their shit together,
Mhm.
because I'm busting my ass to make sure that you don't have to struggle and you don't have to wait for me. You don't have to wait on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I told my new account. I was like, listen, I'm going to have this ready for you by January 2nd. I know January 1st. Take the day off, okay? It's okay, right? But January 2nd, I'm going to have this stuff ready for you. I expect
Get
to
to
have this.
work.
I expect to have this within a couple of weeks, okay?
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I'm paying you all this money,
Yeah, he's good.
and he's been pretty
He's been
good about
good.
it.
Yeah.
But like this
Old accountant.
but my old accountant that I had been using for over 20 years, for the last 20 some years, he just gives me that shit very last minute, and he would call me like 2 a.m, like, oh, I need this document, I need that document. I was like, that's not acceptable.
No, and then you have to rush and get it done.
That's not
And then,
acceptable.
and then when we left, he had the nerve, because his whole family uses him. He had the
Oh.
nerve to like complain to like,
Oh,
Your
about
family?
you?
yeah, that we left, and like what the fuck?
You weren't
Oh
holding
my
up your end of the
God.
bargain. I need
He's
my
probably
shit on
telling your
time.
relatives, Ben, he's dead to me.
And
Dead
you
to
know,
me.
you know how
I'm
taxes.
sending people over to his house.
And you know how taxes are due on April 15th or
Yeah.
whatever it is, right? Yo, remember now, okay? I have all my shit done by January 2nd. All right. This motherfucker does not give me my stuff until
Yep. Last
April
minute.
15th,
Like
right?
last minute.
I'm like, dude, you've had my shit for 4 months, okay?
The worst.
All
Holy
right.
shit.
I took a whole week out of December to get all this shit ready for you, and you're not getting this done.
Is he like that with everybody or just you?
I think he's like that with everyone.
Everybody's
What?
just like-
Yeah, but
Everybody's
you know what?
getting-
He was a great accountant. He's brilliant. But the thing is, he didn't have his business together. Maybe we can talk about that today. It doesn't matter how great your
Get your
product
shit
is.
together.
Yeah.
If you don't have, it doesn't matter if you have a
Oh.
great product, but if the experience is,
And then old
Terrible.
school.
This,
guys.
this is
yeah.
why you need automations in your life.
Yes.
You know,
What other end of year stuff do you guys got to do?
I
You.
did
yes,
everything.
we know you got to edit.
No. But I've upgraded my gear. I'm done for the year as far as.
did you get all your expenses?
Nikon Z8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got all those
yeah.
expenses out of the way.
Yeah, I traded a bunch of stuff and
Did you get him? How much did you get back? Was it painful? Did they use lube?
yeah, they did.
They didn't use lube.
Yeah. There
They
was
went in-
one lens. Check this out. So I brought in my Sigma 135 1.8. It's like a $12 lens, right? So there's a few scuffs on the front element. So they
$25.
$20, right? And they process it. And then they told me go walk around the store and just browse around until we evaluate your gear.
Yeah.
And he gives me the quote, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take that lens back. I already processed it. I don't give a shit. $20 for a $1,200 lens.
Fuck, $20.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, I'd rather keep it. I'd rather die with it.
You know what?
Than let it go for $20.
That's how I felt when I turned in all my gear.
Yeah.
What did you get for your Z6 IIs?
I got one. They gave me $680.
$700 for a Z6 II?
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
then
That's
oh my god!
and
Mine
then
was super
No, babe. No, you got 1,000.
No,
and then
it
the
was
other
less
one,
than
they
1,000.
gave me 1,000, but that was because Nikon had a
Like a rebate.
a promotion. Yeah, so it was $300 off the Z8.
It's like,
Oh,
Which
God.
brings it to like that body was 1,000. The other one was like 675.
Yeah.
They killed me, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I could have got more. Selling it privately, but I don't like dealing with
it is what it is.
low ballers and then meeting up with people in these random places.
Yeah,
Just
It'll
like,
take like 3 weeks to sell gear.
Just you get it all done. You just get all done.
Yep.
That was my perspective as well. Like, just get it done.
Time is money.
Just get it done. I know I'm losing a little bit, but like, what's it? I mean, it's another. I'll get another maybe 10 or 15% on top. I mean, I just need to get rid of this gear.
I think once you start to detach from the values of these things and say, all right, this is a tool that I
got
bought,
my use out of it.
It made me a ton of money. Let's move on. Opposed to like, everyone wants to get, some people try to get top dollar for everything they buy. And they're like, when they sell it, I don't have time for that. Like, this made me X amount of money. Who knows how much money, but I know it made me a lot of money. Let's move on.
Time and frustration and convenience, that has a dollar value attached to that. And I think a lot of people overlook that.
So it was the best piece of gear you guys bought this year?
My Z8s. I love them. Oh my gosh. I get
The
goosebumps.
lenses. I like the lenses better. Yep.
And you know what? You want to hear something funny, right? When I went to trade in my gear and I was putting stuff into the cart. I was actually in the store. I would have been content with an 85-18, right? And then Karis, this wasn't even. Well, actually, did you sell it? Yeah, I guess you sold some stuff too, right? So
some stuff. Half was mine.
So anyway,
Actually, more than half was mine because I had Z6 too.
Anyway.
And then you didn't sell
I sold everything.
No, you're right there. You have 2 bodies right
Those
there.
Z4.
Those are my backup bodies, all right?
Anyway, you didn't sell everything.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
So listen. So listen. So Karis just casually throws in like an 85-12.
I didn't casually. That was
Wait,
that
was the 85-12 out?
Yes, it came out. That's why I traded in stuff.
Do you use it?
Yes.
Do you want to sell it?
Actually, you want to sell it? Yeah, no, babe. No, you said you wanted to sell it last night when we were going to bed.
Yeah, for full price.
Oh.
You know what it is? It's beautiful.
It's heavy.
But I think my arm's about to fall.
I want it.
I'm lose an arm.
Let's talk after. Let's talk after the recording.
Don't try to hit me in the head here.
Okay, first of all, how did we get to Ro buying more stuff? He's done. He's done. He got his
No, it's fine. Just hold it to January 1st. That's when the new budget rolls in.
So Karis, she just casually puts in an 85-12 in there. I was like, how much is this lens? $3,000. I was like, shit.
No, it's not $3,000.
And then
It is.
Ben,
look it up.
It's a little less.
Look it up.
Yeah, it's
What,
like
the 2,800?
Yeah. And then Ben,
It was on
Look it
sale.
up. Look it up right now.
Tomato.
It was on sale.
Ben has 85-18, which is like plastic and super small. And like, he's like, okay, maybe I'll.
It's actually a pretty damn good lens, the 1.8.
Dude, I love it. And let me tell you something.
He has a 35. He got the 35.
So I got a 35-18 because they don't make a 1.4 yet. Right?
They apparently they're not going to.
They're not going to make a 1.4?
No,
Give me a 1.4, man.
if they do come out,
too.
if they do come out, it's probably gonna be 1.2.
Yeah.
I might, because I have a 35-14 there, right? If anything at
it's
all, I might put an adapter on that.
28, but it was on sale during Christmas.
So it was $3,000.
$3,000.
No. Regular price is 27.
Dude, that's fucking $3,000.
Rounding up
okay?
is $3,000.
That's a lot of
Taxes,
money.
with
That's
taxes and
$300.
$3,000. So I was like, all right, if you.
Taxes.
Hello.
You don't pay taxes in
You're right.
Unique.
It's almost
I'm rounding up. I'm
$3,000.
rounding
Come
up,
on.
okay?
Okay, all right.
So
Let's move on.
I was like, shit, a $3,000 lens. I was like, okay, well, I'll get one too.
Oh, you got one too?
Yeah, we both have. I'm like, why would you get a Z8 and throw in a 1.8 lens?
By the way, if for all those
You're a
listeners
bad
out there who
influence.
are listening to us right now, it's okay if you're shooting with a 1.8. We're not judging. But if you have the means to get a 1.2, I mean, that's nice.
But
But
you can afford a Z8.
So there's a huge difference, in my opinion, between the S line, which is the 85-12s, the 50-12,
Yep. Huge.
and the tier below it. But the tier below it is still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but there is difference.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, right? 85s. When I was on the 85-14 previously, and it was proprietary too. It was like whether it was a Sony 1.4 or the Nikon 1.4, right? The 85 1.4, it would hunt for focus, and my hit rate was a lot lower, right? Let me tell you something. With this 85 1.2, I never miss.
Yeah. Is it,
Combined with my Z8,
that's the Z8 that's doing the lifting there, because that the Z8 I've only
don't
used
miss.
it for one shoot, and I don't think I had one image out of focus that whole shoot.
I was like, holy shit,
Yeah,
that was amazing.
we're in that stage where it's just like,
And you know how the thing is, because did Nikon have a focusing problem in the past? It was a reputation for missing focus, right?
No, it was Canon usually, but Nikon was what DSLRs were always better than Canon and other
Focusing?
brands. Yeah,
Okay.
but what happened was when they started their mirrorless line, like the Z6 II, the Z7 in low light, they were not that good.
Yeah. But dude, like the thing was I would compensate for missing, right? So I would overshoot and I would just like shoot more things and more times, and I would release a shutter more often because I would compensate for the fact that some might miss. But the thing is, all of my shots are in focus now.
Yeah, the ZF is pretty good too.
Yeah.
It's almost just as good as Z8.
Yeah, he's trying to get us to spend money.
It's actually half
I mean,
the
it's very
price. I'm
pretty.
saying.
It's very pretty, but I have
Are
other
you
expenses.
using it for work?
Yeah.
That's your second body.
Yeah.
You got
well,
rid of all your
it was my
Z6
primary body up
and then-
until
and
the
then,
Z8.
So
Yeah.
Z6 are all gone.
Yeah. Well, just Jen
I
has
have
one.
one.
Yeah.
So,
Little baby one.
I can
Yeah.
wait.
I still have
Well,
my second body's
let's see how many summit tickets I sell. And if it goes well, then maybe I'll look into it.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
the summit is
okay.
in
Well,
a month, huh?
Yes, month.
Less than a
So
month.
do you have your presentation done yet?
Are you ready?
No.
Are you
Have you started
ready?
yet?
I went into Canva and was flipping through like designs, but I have like my notes and everything done. So
Speaking
That's
of
I'm
the
just
most
summit,
plugging it in and designing it.
this part is brought to you by the Focus Day of Summit.
This part is brought to you by the Focus Day of Summit.
How's summit planning going? So let's recap the year. I think we kicked off the year with you deciding to do a summit.
No, actually, no. We kicked off this year, decided we were going to do this podcast.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, true.
We did this. You know what? When did we decide this? We decided on doing this after we attended our good friend Esteban's workshop. By the way, Esteban, if you're listening, we're still waiting on our photos.
Oh man, you're never getting them. You're never getting them.
Esteban, where are our photos?
What's up with photographers not giving other photographers their photos?
I'm kidding. I mean, I got what I got out of it. You know, I'm good. It was good.
I want my gift that he made.
Oh yeah, the gift.
No, we're good. Esteban, we're
No,
cool.
no, photos.
I'm not sure what the holdup is. He's an after shoot ambassador. There's no way they're not edited by now.
We're coming for you.
No, Esteban's going to be a guest on our show one of these days. You know what?
You better bring our photos.
No, we're gonna harass him about it when he comes on the show. Oh my god. So anyway, I think after we modeled for him for the day, we
I
met
thought
up for
it was
drinks.
in imaging as well that we talked about it.
Yeah, both imaging, WPPI, we talked about it. Yep.
Yeah, we talked about it briefly, and I think what really brought this to
I think it was actually after imaging or WPPI.
Yeah,
we're like, we
like
should
we
really do.
were
we
talking
have
about it
things
for
to say.
years.
We have things to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I feel like for years we
Yep.
were talking about
Yep.
it, and then
Yeah.
And then when we're just drinking, when we get together and drink, we're like, oh my god, this should go on a podcast.
We enjoy these conversations. I
Yeah.
imagine
We're-
other people enjoy these
yeah,
conversations.
we're like, we think we're pretty funny.
I'm pretty funny. You're funny looking.
Yeah, you're funny.
You're gonna pay for that later.
But yeah, we enjoy these conversations. We imagine that others would find these conversations amusing as well and
Yeah.
entertaining. So I would say one of the best decisions that we made this year was, starting this podcast, starting this journey with you guys. I don't think I would have chosen any other person to do this podcast with.
And it's been fun.
yeah.
And the times where you think like nobody's listening or whatever, you
I
get like a message
know.
or like someone's like, or we were like someone's top podcast on their Spotify. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I can't believe you guys are listening.
Yeah, like you're right about that. You get like random people. So some of them are friends, some of them are people that you don't know.
Mhm.
But it helps to know that you're actually reaching people
Mhm.
with the content that you're putting out, and it's just not just for nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, either way, if we don't have listeners, at least we're putting ourselves out there, and we're also like, this is like a venting session sometimes
Yes.
too. So
Mhm.
it helps get all that out of your system
Mhm.
Mhm.
because we don't have a coffee room to talk about things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
how's summit planning going? You got less than a month.
I'm trying to fill seats, man. So we got a couple more sponsors, so that's good. To help me pay for this thing. We got another bonus speaker, but that's not.
Secret. Shh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shh.
We have
We'll
another.
announce it once it's
We'll announce it
confirmed.
once the check hits my bank account. Then that's when I will announce it officially, right?
Nice. I think that'll help boost a little things too.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
But by the way, Summit. So they're renovating the space. So originally we were supposed to do it in some kind of theater space, but
Yeah.
now they've
It's
upgraded
not
us to
happening
like
anymore.
So now they've
I know.
upgraded us to
They
like
told us.
a big ass ballroom.
That wedding, like
The
the wedding.
reception.
I'm actually so happy about that.
Why?
I didn't want to be on a stage with a spotlight in my face.
Yeah.
I think that's how I
it's
envisioned
so
it.
intimidating.
That's how I envisioned
I want
it.
it to be that way, but they're gonna renovate
It's like,
it. So
it's like a TED talk, like you know,
I know.
Why? That's how I envisioned it. Like
Like,
us
No,
on a
I
stage.
know, but also like it's intimidating.
like Steve Jobs about to announce an iPhone.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're still going to be on a stage, but I was like, can we make it darker so we can make the spotlights more?
Oh,
Like,
God.
they're like, no, the ambient light's going to be pretty high.
So the whole room's either gonna be
Yeah, it's all
down or-
windows.
So like,
Oh,
so you remember
perfect.
when we went to Wedding MBA a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
It's going to be like that.
That's perfect.
Oh, come on.
That's perfect.
With
No, I
green
want the
dust-
spotlights.
No.
Well, the spotlights would have been cool.
Do you know
for
why?
like,
Do you know why
Yeah.
spotlights are great? Because you can't see
Photo-wise.
no, not just that. Because you can't see the audience.
I don't know if I want to or don't want to see that.
I don't want to see the audience.
Well, I've been watching videos on like public speaking, and they said that it's better that
You
you
see them,
see
right?
because
No, I
because,
don't want to see
Connect,
them.
no?
because and they said that like some people do well by looking at someone and pretending to have a conversation with that
Yeah.
person in the
and
crowd.
blank.
Yeah, and because if you can't see nobody now, you also don't know the energy.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, that's
you
true.
don't know if you're losing people.
Welcome to my Monday live.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea if anyone's paying attention, if they're listening, if they're engaged.
So then you're used to it.
Yeah, but you're behind the screen, so that's different, yo.
Yeah.
It's very similar. I have no
Not
feedback. I have no
really.
and
feedback.
it works too, I think, having the ballroom because you have now the sponsors can have their tables.
So actually, what's going to happen is they're going to split the ballroom in half. The other half's going to be the
You know,
sponsors.
those like a wall, like green wall panel things they had. So
Yeah, they're gonna cut it.
block-
They're going to cut the room in half.
That's
and-
perfect because you didn't know where we were going to put them the last time.
Yeah, I think
right?
the room fits like 700. I was like, I don't need 700.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that'd be
How
great if I
many,
could fill
like-
700 seats.
Give
but
us like a quarter
How
of that.
many how many sponsors will actually be there attending?
at least 4.
Currently 4, yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
4 tables.
Which is which is 4 more than I thought I was going to get.
What other sponsors? Give them a shout out.
All right, let's give some sponsors a shout
Shout
out.
out, yes.
All right, so Renaissance is going to be there. Printographers is going to be there. Imagine AI is going to be there, and
Unique
Photo
Photo
is going to be there. So
Oh, nice.
those people are actually going to be there. I was very shocked when I got any of these sponsors because I didn't think they were going to come on board.
That's
but
good.
That's
I
awesome.
feel like Unique is always very supportive
Yeah.
Everybody
of,
local,
of
yeah.
the New Jersey like
educational.
photography community. Yeah,
Mhm.
they do a lot of events.
Yeah, they've been very wonderful, and actually, Unique Photos they're going to specifically sponsor one of our speakers, Mike Z, Mike
Nice.
Sawatsky.
Mhm.
And so we're very glad to have both of them on board. And then Imagine AI is going to be sponsoring one of our speakers, but that's going to be official when it becomes official.
Gotta make that gift.
And then we have some other bronze level sponsors. Fundy is sponsoring us. Pro Photo is going to sponsor us. Miller's is going to sponsor us.
Pick time.
Pick Time is sponsoring us as well. So a lot of cool places. A lot of cool businesses that we actually use in our own work. So it's not these are
After
not
shoot.
yes after shoot as well. Let's make sure we get them right.
I was just gonna ask what happened after shoot.
He can't say after shoot because he's with Imagine.
So
But
after shoot,
Karis
yeah.
can
So,
claim
all
after
right,
shoot.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
After-
I don't know if we're gonna leave this in, but like I am, I am an Imagine ambassador, and Karis is an ambassador for.
Yeah, but
After shoot.
so after shoots, I think they're gonna sponsor us with like some merch and
Like codes.
Yep, codes, special
Nice,
code. They're
yeah.
gonna create a postcard for us.
So
Nice.
yeah, that's what a lot of the bronze sponsors are offering us. They're offering some discount codes for our
That's
attendees.
cool.
So I think that's pretty cool. And so
Mhm.
we're
And Jen's got sponsors.
Yeah, I got Miller's will give me a code and social templates.
Yep.
will give me a
awesome.
code.
They are what make that our summit possible, And the reason why we started this summit was because the 4 of us, we attend workshops all over the place. At least in my eyes, in our eyes, that there's no reason why we can't have this in our own backyard.
Yeah,
You know?
we travel the world for other workshops and summits and conferences. We should have something nearby.
For us,
Local.
you know, I
Yeah.
mean, they do have stuff in the city, but between
A
us
little
and
different.
our
A little
listeners,
different.
Yeah.
nobody wants to go in the city. Okay, it's a pain in the
I
ass.
don't mind.
I do.
I don't
It's a
mind.
pain in the ass. Okay,
But there's nothing
It's-
that's really
yeah, it's
geared
not
towards like
Education
for
and
wedding creatives. Even the Build Expo that was like reinvented this year, it was really good, but it was also geared towards just creators. Like
the creative part of our process of our
yeah,
business.
photo,
And
video,
content creators.
podcasting, just like it was just like a broad field, which was it was still cool though. But yeah, like we needed something that was more in our territory over like, and also for in the wedding industry.
Right.
Yeah.
But and not only that, like there are so many conferences and workshops and these type of events where they focus on the creative aspects of what we do. There weren't too many that focus on just the business end of things. And I think that's where most people could probably get the most help.
Yeah.
And that is exactly why I put this together. I mean, I've been approached by other folks to say, hey, listen, why don't we introduce a more creative component to this thing? I'm still resistant. I mean, I'm open to it, but like I'm still resistant to it because the thing is that would make me like any other conference out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want this to be a little bit more business focused because I think that's where we can probably serve people the most.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many creative conferences, guys. Come on, like
what?
everything. You go to WPI, you go to imaging. There's a million photo
it's all,
walks.
It's all photo shooting. Yep.
technical.
But we
Yeah,
could
I
always
guess.
add on to it. You
And
know?
I mean,
most
we
of
can
the
add it
work-
on,
yeah.
but I still
Well,
want it to be like the
You
base.
don't have to
Yeah.
like do photo walks, but something that's like a little bit geared towards both, like
Creative.
how this style made me more, like made me more money, or
Let-
you know what, you could have
Listen,
evolved that
there are business aspects. There are
business.
business
Yeah,
classes
yeah.
at these events. Don't get me wrong, but I want this to be mostly
Yeah.
business focused.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like what you know what? Like I'm so glad that we went to the wedding MBA a couple weeks ago because that's exactly what I was. That's exactly how I envisioned it. You know,
Mhm.
just business
that was
focused.
really good.
I
Mhm.
you know
It was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was
I got a
really
lot
good-
of it. I got a lot out of it. I guess one of the best things that we did this year that I'm really grateful for is that we started the podcast. I'm also grateful and thankful that we were able to start the summit as well. It's not exactly something that I thought that I was ever going to do, but
What have you learned from doing it?
As you're planning it, because you'll have
Yeah.
lessons afterwards for
Mhm.
sure.
I'm kind of learning as I go.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's one of those learning things.
there's a lot of admin stuff on the back end. There's a lot of administrative
that's
stuff.
all it is. Yep.
It's a lot of
Mhm.
administrative stuff, and also
That's
like
all it is.
managing.
Coordinating,
Mm-hmm.
scheduling, because a lot of different parts, people like
Mhm.
all
Because I
coming
thought I was just
together.
going to throw a party and just invite everyone, right? And that's what I thought. That's how
That's what
I
you
always
shoulda
envisioned
did.
it was going to be. That's how I thought it was going to be. But then, like, now I got to manage people and then everyone's got different expectations and different needs and things
Yeah.
that they're trying to do as well. So, like,
Yep.
I'm trying to keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. And I know there's a lot of people who are teaching for the first time, which is good in a way because there's no egos. There's been other conferences that I've attended and I've talked to the founder and owner of this conference, and he mentioned to me and Jen that one of the hardest things is to manage people's egos. He said that some people would just get paid and he would pay for all their accommodations. They would come in and just leave, like not talk to anyone, not talk to any of the students. And he goes, these people, like you don't know if this was their last $500 and they came to this
Yep.
conference to hear you speak, and this is how you treat them.
Mhm.
So he said, managing like not expectation, but personalities like that,
Yeah.
and also people that would just come in and not give it, not give enough effort.
Just kind of half-assing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And
I think I've been very lucky. Maybe it's because it's beginner's luck or something, but I think that I got really lucky with this batch of educators, these people who are sharing the stage with us. I don't know if it's a screening process. There really wasn't a screening process. Yeah, you want to talk on a stage? It's all yours, right? But actually, I kind of had to like you too. Like you have to pass the vibe check. That was the most important thing. I also didn't want any egos on the stage either, and it was important for me to find folks who wanted to serve the community. That was the most important thing for me. It wasn't about that rock star lifestyle, that rock star image, that you're trying to project out there. It was about serving the community, and I think that I've gotten really lucky in that way that the speakers who are sharing the stage with us, they all share that mindset as well. They share that.
I think all those people do a good job at serving their clients too,
Yep.
like the whole lineup.
Very business minded.
Yeah. So, and they're all cool. They're all cool, nice people, very approachable, and that's the whole idea. They're gonna hang out, have a couple of drinks, maybe on me, maybe not. We'll just see. We'll decide on that depending on how many seats I can fill, whether or not I'll be paying for drinks, right? But yeah, the whole idea is that community over competition. We're all in this together. We're all here to help each other just be better at what we do. That's the whole reason why I started this summit. Yeah,
It's around the corner.
it's like a month
It
away.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
ordered
What was it?
the name tags, lanyards. I was like, oh my God, we need to get this in. Otherwise, we're never going to
Gotta
get it.
get them. Yeah.
That's ordered.
We'll just be buying the generic ones
Yeah.
from
Right,
like
you know.
Michael's.
just have to. I'll be at the sewing machine till the night of.
No, just like, hello, my name is.
um, as far as my presentation goes, it's stuff that I've talked about in the past before. I've talked about, I was looking through my notes. In fact, I've actually talked on this topic at least on three occasions on my lives.
Mhm.
So it's just about aggregating all that information and putting it together into
A
one big
45-minute
presentation. 45-minute presentation.
segment.
But yeah, the content's already written. I just got to put it together.
Mhm.
Sounds like you have to do the same, right, Jen?
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm a procrastinator. I'll be one of those that are like
Please don't.
last minute.
Uh,
It'll get to you in time.
need-
I'm
I
just
need- I
saying
need it-
I won't do it until like.
I need it by Christmas, so that way while I'm doing my taxes and I need a break,
That means I'll have it done by like the 22nd.
yeah, get it to me before Christmas. So that
before Christmas.
because the thing is,
Yeah.
I need to make sure that everything's working, everything's playing, and also what I'm trying to do is, if you have notes, put them in your presentation. Because what I'm planning on doing is having your notes on one screen and then your presentation on the other screen. So that way, if you get lost or whatever, your notes are on the screen in front of you. So sort of like a teleprompter.
Oh, cool.
All right. Well, that's how I do things. So
Has anyone turned in their presentation yet?
I don't think I'm
You
going
know
to get
what's
it.
funny?
I'm going
Every
to get it
time we
Christmas,
go to,
midnight
like-
Christmas.
Every time we go like to imaging and WPPI and like one of our friends is talking, they'll literally do their presentation like the night before or that morning.
Oh God.
They'll be like, yeah, I have to go back to work on my slides
Yeah,
for
yeah.
tomorrow. And we're like,
Yeah.
what?
We're here.
No, my shit will be done a week before. All right. So what
Rambling.
about your photo? What are some great decisions that you guys made this year? Best purchases, best decisions. What did you guys? What do you think was your best decision?
Made a lot of purchases this year.
Yeah.
We know that.
Go on about your favorite purchases, babe.
Probably the ZF, the Z8, and
All the lenses that came with it.
and the film camera,
Film cameras.
the F100. Yeah, that sparked a new passion in me.
Mhm.
More appreciation to the craft. So it's helped me slow down a little bit too, and get excited again for certain things, which is cool.
Everything's been the same. I think because I do the business side, it doesn't really change much. But I guess having newer, fresher content to work around and share, which is like the film stuff, new shooting styles, like the gifts, the tilt shifts that you were into this year
But
again.
the gifts were new.
No, but I'm saying like you were more into all this new stuff, so it's more encouraging for me to post it because you're excited about it
Yeah.
and people are excited about it. So
What was bad that we invested into this year?
I don't think there was anything.
Yeah, I'm very like strategic about what I buy. Like over the last
Any
few years.
regrets this year?
No, to be honest, no. I mean, we did have a couple of hiccups working with other vendors this year, like more than previous years for some reason. But
Like what?
Shout
Let's
out to the
elaborate.
annoying videographers.
Yeah.
Sorry, love you.
yeah, we just had like, I don't know what it was this year. Like we've gone over a decade without having like so many issues with other vendors, and then this year was just brutal. I don't
Like
know,
what? You want to elaborate?
like
I got names.
not hiring like-minded vendors, people that have a different philosophy of how the wedding should be.
Or even they have their own agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this one person that we dealt with, just like he actually just like ruined the day. Like he just thought the day was his. Like he was he was in control of everything, and it got to the point where the couple noticed how this person operated, and they wanted him gone. As early as possible.
It can't. I mean, it can't be your regret. It wasn't. It had nothing to do with you.
No,
You
yeah,
had
it's just one of those things. It's not in our control, but it had me thinking like, how can we do a better job at making sure that they hire someone that we trust? Because we do give them a referral list, and what was it that they found in this person that they didn't find in someone in our referral list?
Price, 100%
Yeah.
price. Which
Well,
is
that's
whatever.
why you should have.
That's
your
fine.
Oh, I don't know how you guys do your referral list. At least on our referral list, we have people who span the spectrum in terms of the entire pricing.
I feel like
Yeah.
we have people in that
Mhm.
range too. It's just
Mhm.
I personally think this person was recommended by the venue.
Maybe there's a kickback or something.
And it was also end of year. I was very cranky. That's another regret from my temper this year. By October, I was so cranky.
Mm-hmm.
So cranky.
She was screaming at family members.
I was so
like,
cranky.
no, you belong here.
And I would like physically move people like by their
Yeah.
shoulders and make sure they're in the right spot. And Fro was like, you were yelling at them. And I was like, you know what? When I walked away, the bride and groom were like, thank you for doing that
Yes.
because nobody listens. So you were fine. Because I would be like, I'm sorry for yelling at everybody. She's like, no, they needed it. They don't listen, blah,
That's
blah.
the time we need to, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always that random uncle that just wants to just
Hide, right?
keep freaking talking.
That too,
oh,
and hide.
Yeah.
You're 5 feet. Why are you standing
Yeah.
behind the person that's 6'4"?
If you're hiding, you should be over here, not there. If you want to be in the photo, like you gotta move. I'm
all
like,
sense goes out the window.
Yeah.
Are we talking about wedding peeves right now?
Yes, we're just going.
we're just
Yeah,
we're
going.
just. Oh my god! This past weekend, I shot a wedding.
No,
Dude.
Ben, you're not allowed to talk anymore because you're rambling.
No, dude. There was this uncle who would not shut up during speeches, and he
Oh,
was not only he wasn't being discreet either. He was being loud. So like that annoys the hell out of me.
That's been going on. I guess after COVID,
There's toast going on. Why? the
And
hell
people
Yeah.
are talking.
but
It's
after
so
COVID, it's
annoying.
been really bad of people not quieting down when the
They have their
the
own
toasts
party
are.
at their table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've seen one where like the bride got up
Yeah. I've seen that.
and
too.
like said something,
Yeah,
and I was like, the MC has to multiple times. Can we get some attention? Like,
Yep.
Mhm.
it's crazy. I don't know what's going on. People are just like, who cares about the toast? I'm just gonna do what I want.
Yeah.
That also leads to like most people who've been wedding guests multiple times. It's not the best time of the night for them.
Yeah.
And I think why some people are also now straying away from giving speeches
Mhm.
or picking the right person to give a speech. Like
Yep.
they're not picking
Not all speeches
someone's
are.
going to speak for 15 minutes.
Yeah, not all speeches are like the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you know, some of them are more exciting than others. You know,
Yeah.
but
We had one recently. She's like, my dad, his original speech was 40 minutes. We gave him 15. So
Your
even
dad?
15, not my dad,
Oh.
a bride's dad. She was like, his original speech that he proposed is about 40 minutes. We got him down to 15. I can't get him less than that. And this is where we're
Do you
at.
guys have a
Everyone
rec-
knew that walking in.
do you guys
so-
have a record like longest speech ever? Do you guys remember?
It was probably that dad.
45 minutes,
15,
15,
No,
20 minutes
15.
probably.
dude.
Yeah, we had.
We had 90 minutes of speeches. 2 moms. This was the
both
only
took-
child,
Both
both
took about
moms took
full
45
hour
minutes.
each. Yep, full hour each.
and
Talking about the day their child was born.
All
Oh
the
my
way till the
god!
current
It,
day.
it was a whole biography.
Oh
Yes,
my
like-
And resume.
How amazing their child
because this was an
is.
only child for both families. This was the only child,
Oh
so
my
of course
God.
they're just talking
Yep.
about all their accomplishments and stuff like
This
that.
dad, he lost his wife unfortunately years ago. So
Aw.
and all he has is his daughter and his son. So he pretty much went through her whole resume. It was very sweet. They have a very close relationship.
To
It was
his
beautiful.
credit, if you listen to just the first half, you're like, all right, he's gloating a little bit too much about his daughter. But the second half is how he tied it into her meeting, her husband, which I thought was really, really nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I was like, all right, cool. He did a good job. But there's been times where the parents just go on a rant or they, I get it. You love all your kids equally. But that kid is getting married today.
Yeah.
You don't have to shout out the other kids. During,
That's happened so many times.
yeah, I've seen that a lot.
Really?
I've seen that a
Talk
lot.
about the other kid,
Talk
huh?
about the
Yeah.
So mom makes us feel bad. And just like,
And
let
I'm
me
just
throw
like-
this in here in case they don't get married.
Yeah, I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
That person already had their moment or will have their moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is this kid's
yes.
time. Let's just focus on this
Yes.
kid.
So funny.
I've never
That's one
seen
thing I've
that.
seen. And
You know, my brother got. Oh, actually, I don't think he got too mad, right? But my best man speech for his wedding, mine went for 15 minutes, but I'm fucking hilarious. Okay, I was like a stand-up.
Karis, what was the truth? Was it
It was
good?
a stand-up. It was a stand-up routine for like 15
I'll be
minutes.
here all night.
Try the view, guys. I'm here all night. It was so good.
So Ben kind of makes everything about him.
No, I didn't.
No.
Really?
So,
No.
No, I didn't.
look at
No.
the audience.
No.
Somehow all conversation goes back about him. I'm like, this is not about you.
No, my speech at his wedding was I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah, he
Was
loved
it a roast?
It was about
Was
Ben.
it a
roast.
roast?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
it was a
roast.
roast.
Yeah, roast.
Yeah,
The
I was-
roast I don't mind, but it's when it's too when the roasts are like too too secretive. Like as far as like only the
You're taking
Only
it. You're
you
taking
two
it like inside
understand.
secrets,
Inside
inside
jokes.
inside
when
jokes.
it's like an inside thing, and I'm just like,
No.
Yeah.
So,
you need to
ba-
connect with your
so
audience.
for my brothers, for 5
Yeah.
minutes out of that, because it was in 3 parts, right? The first part was very personal, and then the other 2 parts were just me just joking on him the whole time, right? So like for 5 minutes of that, it was the marriage survival kit. I had this backpack full of just props. You guys remember Carrot Top?
yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was just pulling out props out of this
Oh
thing,
my
right?
god, you were that guy. And were you walking around too? Were you the roamer?
What do you mean?
Like you don't stay at the microphone? You just
No,
like
I stayed.
walking everywhere?
No. Anyway, it was very funny. The only thing you guys need to know that I was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's
all
not
right?
about you. It's not about your brother's wedding. It's not about your speech.
You guys, if you
Move
guys
on.
want it, I will send that link over to you. It's on Facebook. It's still public.
Yeah.
It's public information. You guys go check it
Thankfully,
out.
we've never witnessed a toast that long.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes is not. I didn't think that was too. At the
but-
time it was pretty long, but
Well, not about you, but the 2 parent speeches were long.
45 minutes
It
each.
was dreadful.
it was at Shadowbrook, and the food was getting cold.
Yeah.
And- oh my
Like-
god.
no.
And the
like-
staff was like, "Oh my god, the food's getting
And then
cold."
by the time speeches were over, we were leaving. There was
Wow.
no dancing, like zero.
But at that point, if you're the couple, I would like, come on.
That's
Let's-
just the mom
Yeah.
speeches. We haven't even gone to the best
Best
man
man,
speeches
maid
and the
of
maid of honor
honor.
speeches.
these were just
Just
two
the
moms.
moms.
That's so crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it's a 4-hour reception.
2 hours of that was just speeches.
Why?
Yes.
Why? Like, like you spend a lot of money.
The staff, like no one was able to move. Like
Because
It was crazy.
because the thing is, the other peeve of mine is like, while the toasts are going on, they're serving and there's plates clanking and the silverware clanking and stuff like that. You don't want want any of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 hours of that was just speeches.
ridiculous. Yep.
The other thing the other wedding day pet peeve of mine is like grand entrances, right?
Mhm.
When you entrance into the reception,
Yeah.
right, and you have a huge wedding party, and each of them have their own little
Different
skits.
song, yeah.
They all have their own little skit. So now you got like about a 1-minute entrance for each of those
Each person.
pairs, right?
And then you have a wedding party of 20. And you're there forever.
Reception's over.
The reception's over, and you're still doing your entrances.
Same with ceremony. If you have 32 people in your wedding party, why are the groomsmen walking down individually? And then why are the bridesmaids walking down individually?
Oh my
Pair
gosh.
them
Yeah.
together.
That's a lot of photos.
And let
to
them
have,
walk
too.
Yes,
together.
all kind of
And
walk.
cut the skits. You know how many times I've
Yeah.
seen the football toss between the legs
Yes.
and like the
And
The bouquet.
slamming the bouquet.
Oh my gosh.
and don't let the florist see that because
Yes.
every time you do that, a florist loses her wings.
you remember that florist?
Which one?
That was yelling.
Where we grabbed the bouquet.
Yes.
Oh.
And he was like, "You don't want to leave it like that. I assure you, it's not gonna look nice in your photos."
every time you do that, a florist dies inside when you slam the bouquet down like a football.
Oh my God.
When you spike
Yeah.
it down on the dance floor, they don't like that.
Yeah, I do like the whole mob coming out at one time.
Yeah, just have them all come
It's
out.
perfect. I just take one wide shot, each angle, got everybody. We're good. Let's
Done.
keep it moving.
Yeah, I swear to God, there was one time it was 30 minutes. That entrance into the reception took 30 minutes.
Oh
I was
my
like, are we still
God.
doing this? This is taking forever. The food's getting cold,
Yep. No, you don't need
All right.
that.
So has Hey Karis have any wins, highlights for
Yeah, what was
2023?
your best decision this year and your worst decision this year? Or the best experience, worst experience this year?
I think everything was best. No. I don't know. I don't think I have. Do I have worst? I don't think I have worst. But I think for me this year, I think I booked less this year than last.
You did. You
Yeah.
did book a little less.
Intentionally or no?
I think both of us, like all 3 brands.
Overall, all
Yeah,
3 brands.
intentionally, I think we booked less this year. I personally was more picky, like definitely
Mhm.
more picky with venues and couples.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have any regrets. Even like
Nice.
other vendors,
Will you do that again next year?
planners,
You do have one regret.
what? Who?
I'm not gonna mention the venue,
Oh, the
but the person that keeps asking you to move your bags.
Well, wait, I don't
Yes,
remember the story.
That's one venue and couple that I took because it was like I shot
Your
all,
ideal.
yeah, whole bunch of them. Yeah, couple and everyone, family, everyone, like because I knew everyone, it was amazing. But yeah, the venue definitely slipped through.
All right, 30. You know what though? I don't know about you guys. I know for 2022, that was our busiest year in our career.
yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
I think
So
everyone.
all of our photographers were exhausted.
Mhm.
You know, because the thing is, for 2-3 years prior to that, we were doing nothing. So
Yeah.
it's like you go from the couch to a marathon in a matter of a very short amount of time, right?
Mhm.
So we weren't prepared for that, and we were just exhausted. So a
Yep.
lot of our photographers, myself included, we were like, you know what, we're gonna
We're
pump the
pull
brakes a
back.
little
Back,
bit.
yeah.
Relax
Because
a
we
little
need to relax a little bit. We need to catch our breath. We need
Mhm.
to kind of reset.
Yep.
And I think that's what 2023 was for
Yeah,
us.
same.
Definitely.
We
yeah.
still made enough money to pay the bills and just to
Mhm.
hold steady.
Yep.
But I think for 2024, I think we're ready to get back into it again.
Yep.
It's all
We-
about pacing yourself.
Yeah, I think
We,
that's where we were at after like
We cut back like 20% of our
yeah,
weddings.
Yep.
and then
Yep.
which was nice because we did relax. I mean, October was always crazy. October's always nuts, but then I was like, damn, we didn't make as much as last year.
Right.
And then
right.
you get like used to a certain
Yes,
lifestyle, and then you're like,
spending.
you're like,
yeah.
I need to make more money.
It
I gotta go
It
back
has
to
not
this.
stopped your lifestyle.
Yeah, that pool's not going to pay for itself, you know?
It has
Oh,
not
Those
stopped.
So
nails,
we'll
those
see.
nails, those nails are not going to pay for itself. I see you coming in here with your new hair, dude. You know?
Here, this is the same bun I wear every episode, looking crazy.
I don't know what
but
you're
yeah, we'll
talking
see.
about.
But I feel like 24 is looking lighter anyway too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think if we would have predicted that, we would have took a couple of more for this year.
Yeah, I cut back every year. I usually.
You say you cut back.
I think for 22, I said I was going to stop at 35, ended up with 50, right? And I was like, okay, this is not going to happen again. But this year, my VA was very good about keeping me honest. And I said, listen, I want to stop at 30 because I want to focus on this educational stuff.
Office manager.
And
We're
also
gonna, we're gonna call her.
We're going to call her our office manager, right? So I told her to keep me at 30. I ended up at 35 this year. So I'm happy with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's only a little less than
Yeah, like 5 less.
it's 5 less than what
Yeah.
my
Normally.
goal is
Yeah.
anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money though. But
But next year I'm sitting at like,
Don't do it again.
well, next year at the moment I'm sitting at 25. So I know I will hit my number of 30, 35. I know I'll hit that number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at
Yeah.
25
People
right
are
now.
still.
Yeah.
It's funny because like we
We're starting to get more toward 25 though.
I know.
have
That's
more
what I just
25,
said.
but also 24.
Yeah.
You
like,
getting
we are
26?
Not yet. Well, actually, we did. And
Yeah.
we
She
met
wa-
with them.
Freaking wasted our time.
Wasted of time.
Wasted our time.
Hey, she might book us, fine, whatever. But like after we met with her, she's like, yeah, we're gonna wait till after the new year to start booking vendors. After we kind of like, already met with her and blah blah
Sure.
blah.
Yeah.
And she's a friend of a client, so I was just
Mhm.
like, I entertained it, but I was like,
Yeah.
but yeah, and for some strange reason, in the past 2 weeks, we've gotten like 4 inquiries for proposals that are coming up.
I've been getting a lot of those. You guys do those?
Right? You've been getting them
I
too.
don't, well, I
We-
don't shoot them.
Yeah.
We
Same here.
shoot them, which is not a
Rarely.
problem.
Yeah, I don't shoot proposals.
But it's very rare that we get like
I did during
so
COVID.
many inquiries for them.
Yeah, but they don't stick. Proposals don't really
They don't
stick.
end
up
I think
being
they're,
weddings.
they're really price shopping.
We have one. We're doing that one.
Mhm.
Another one. It was actually the girl DM'd us on Instagram. She's like, so I think my boyfriend is proposing at Longwood on this weekend.
Oh my God.
But he's
want-
he's covering up as like a photo shoot at Longwood, and he's having trouble finding a photographer. And she's like, would you be
Oh.
available? You know, I'm helping him, and I really think he's gonna propose. So blah blah blah. Here's the info, and then she's like, oh, we got our tickets for Longwood for 9 p.m.
I was like, good luck.
when it's dark as heck. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
well, tell your boyfriend that like
Yeah.
this time is terrible. It's gonna be packed. You can't go indoors,
And 9 p.m. as well.
and it's dark as shit. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
And I was like, we are not available for 9 p.m.
Maybe he has like dinner plans. Maybe he wants to go straight to
well,
dinner.
no, dude, 9
don't know.
p.m.?
Yeah,
You go
that
to
made
dinner
no
at 10?
sense.
Maybe like
Because they're going for the
party,
holiday
cocktail
lights.
party, yeah.
So the nighttime for the holiday lights, but it's so
It's-
late.
Yeah. No.
Well, yeah,
Hey,
we've
you
been
gonna show
getting
up
a
with
lot.
your 48-inch octobox?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in order to capture that, you either have to use like flash
Yeah.
or some type of LEDs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like,
can't
how
surprise-
can you make
yeah.
that like conspicuous?
Yes.
Like, you just,
Yeah.
You're gonna have that big ass 48-inch
Move here.
octobox?
Move to the where the light is. Like,
Yeah. It's crazy.
Hey, you know this little area that I marked X with the gaffer tape? That's where you need to stand,
Yeah.
all right?
And another one we had, it was also Longwood.
yeah,
We got it
so,
we are not available, so we passed it on to a friend. And he's getting good money for it. Probably like $2,000 just for
Yeah.
his proposal.
Yeah, I don't.
So that's really good.
I don't shoot too many proposals. Well, I'm busy. That's number one. But number two, even if I were free, they don't convert. And I spent
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
very rare.
Yeah.
I spent so much of my emotional juice into this thing, and I just feel like I'm getting dumped after.
Yeah,
And-
then they don't book you for your wedding. You're like, but
Because what happens
happened?
is
I'm not good
because
enough. I'm not good enough for you.
who's the one that chooses the photographer
The bride,
for the wedding usually?
Yeah.
but the groom picks the
Groom
proposal
picks the-
photographer.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
they might have a different vision. We had one actually come back to book us, but she took too long.
You know what? That picture. Let me see here. She's on the top left corner over there, right? I crushed that proposal.
The couple.
It was
They
amazing.
didn't come back.
They didn't come back.
Yeah.
And I was so sad because I was like, I thought I
Yeah.
crushed it. And
Well, you
they
just
didn't
gotta
like
take it for the money and
Yeah.
Well, it was
It is
during
what it
COVID.
is.
It was during
You
COVID.
can't
And-
have emotional
Yeah.
Did they
attachment.
have a wedding locally?
Yeah.
Oh, because some that we've done, they've been like out of towners, like
Yeah.
out of towners, like they
Mm-mm.
just.
so we just basically
This
just do
one
it
was
for the money.
100% local.
had a bride that I had a meeting with. She actually had
Don't get us canceled.
no. She actually had proposals. So her boyfriend hired a photographer. They're in New York, so they hired a photographer for her the proposal.
Mhm.
She's like, "Oh, I love the photos. I love the photographer, but something." So obviously she's having a meeting with me, right? And contract went out, so she booked with me. But I'm like, so you had this photographer for your proposal, and then she had a engagement party where there was another photographer.
We had somebody like that.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
New York. And she's like, I loved her. Like, she was my best friend. And I'm like, so what happened to her? Why didn't you like, what happened to her? She's like, well, she has a full-time job and she kind of does this on the weekends. So she kind of does small gigs. I was like, oh, okay. So, like,
Hey,
that
she
was-
hired you.
Yeah, so she hired me. But I was like, oh my gosh, you had like 2 other photographers.
Yeah, we had someone that's similar like that,
Yeah.
but it was during COVID. So someone did her engagement party, somebody else. Then she hired somebody else for an engagement session. Then she hired somebody else for her elopement,
Yeah.
and then we did the wedding.
Actually, someone else for the shower.
Yeah,
It
I
was so odd, right?
What? In my head, I'm like, why?
Yeah,
like,
why is
You're
this
shopping
all-
around. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Just like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
But it showed that people are still getting engaged, which was great. People were saying
Yeah.
this is like the 3-year cycle.
There's a 3-year cycle
And
when
it's
people.
showing
Yeah.
people are getting engaged.
I will say though, in the last month, our inquiry rate has gone up
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everything got up
Considerably.
after around Thanksgiving.
considerably. And actually, I mean, we're in the wedding season, or rather, we're in the engagement
is,
season right
yeah,
now.
engagement
Between
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and
season, yeah.
Valentine's
Well, right
Day.
after Christmas, I feel like the flood will come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
After the
hate
holidays, yep.
meetings so much.
Yeah.
we actually just
I love
discussed this. We were
meetings.
just discussing
I
this
hate
yesterday.
meetings. I'm so over
We,
it.
we were like, all right, how many more ideally do we want to take? Jen had a high number. I was like, oh my god.
For next year.
Yeah.
It
What's
was
that? What's a high?
40.
What's a high? 40's not bad.
40.
Yeah.
40's it's
No,
an honest day's living.
I said 40.
It was more than 40.
I said 40.
Honest and honest
and we're
day's
at
work.
30.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, we're not
No,
going to reach
Yeah.
40.
We're at 31, and she had 8 to 10 more weddings.
That's 40,
That's
bro.
40.
What are you talking
That's more
about?
than 40.
No.
That's slightly over 40.
That's 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Do the math. That's 40.
Even at 41, that's not too
Yeah.
bad. That's not too bad.
We do 40.
What's
We
the-
did 40 this year.
Guys,
Yeah.
what's the most that you guys have ever done?
50, which was last year.
56, 56, whatever.
Not 56.
Yeah.
50.
That's a lot. 56 is a lot.
That one
50.
year
The year
you guys
before
did
that.
like triples or quadruples.
We did like 55, 56
We have a triple at Corona next year. All 3 weddings are.
at the refinery.
That's
You're
hilarious.
just gonna
Saturday,
stay there?
Sunday, and Monday.
We
At a
have about
hotel?
7 weddings in Corona within like 2 months.
That's like Ben's Maritime Park. Oh my god.
I love
I think
Maritime though.
next year he's gonna shoot more.
I love you, Maritime Park. You guys are my favorite venue.
I'm like, aren't you sick of Jersey City? He's like, oh.
21 was 45. 22 was 50. You've never done 56 in your life. I don't
You
know
sure?
where. 100%
50 was the
positive.
highest. So our highest.
I think we started with 55 that year, and then
No.
and then
it's
with
50.
cancellations,
It's 50. There was not 5 cancellations.
we had like 2 or 3 cancellations, and then
It was not 55.
and 2 moved to the following year.
But anyway, 50's not to sneeze at for 2 of you guys. The most that Karis, this is, by the way, we're not. This is not a pissing contest. This is not a compare. Like I'm not. But anyway, Karis and I think the most we ever did was in 2016. We did 55.
Mhm.
We had 2 triples back to back,
Oh, God. Worse.
and
That's what happened to us.
and we were sleeping on the turnpike. After the wedding, we would
That
sleep
was
on the
it.
turnpike rest stop, and then in our same clothes, we go straight to the next wedding.
Oh, my God.
6 weddings in like 4 or 5 states,
Oh my
from
God.
Virginia all the way to Connecticut. I was like, we made so much money in those 6 weddings, but it was not worth
It's
it.
not worth it. No.
Why in the
At
world
some
would you
point,
do
just
that?
feel like you're gonna die.
Well, I was saying yes to everything. All the work that came in, I was like, I'm available. Let's do it, right? We'll
And
figure
Ben
it out.
was still taking weddings in like Maryland. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm like, stop it.
But like you could go shoot it.
Yeah, I'm not coming. And this is the year I was pregnant with Aiden.
Babe, it was 2016. What are you
Wow.
talking about?
No, there was one. No, that year when we're doing 4 weddings throughout different states, that I was pregnant.
I don't know. This was 2016,
No,
15,
no.
16.
You savage.
There was a year when we shot the most, where we shot
That was the most we ever shot, you and me.
The groom's father that passed away, that Long Island wedding. We shot at Arboretum. That's the year we shot the most weddings.
That was
I
14 or
pregnant.
15.
Yes, I was pregnant.
That was 14, 15, and Aiden was, Grayson was born in 12.
That was not 14. I was definitely pregnant. For
Karis
that.
was barefoot and pregnant, and you're making her work like a safe.
And sleeping on the turnpike.
Yes.
Mhm.
No. Anyway, yeah, we were definitely, I was like, that was the craziest, like sleeping on the turnpike and then just going straight to the wedding afterwards. Contacts still nice.
Oh my God, crusty eyes.
You didn't even brush your teeth and just going straight to the next wedding in the same clothes you wore last night.
That's why there's people I know that do like 50 to 70, like on the regular, and I don't know how and why. Like besides the money, yeah.
Single, and no other things.
They're married. They have
But
families.
you know what it was? I had a fear of failure. I had a fear that I wouldn't get this opportunity again. I wanted to strike while the iron was hot. And I was just fearful that if I turned away any work, it would send me down this slippery slope where I would just take everything for granted. So let's talk about next year. Let's talk about next year, right? What are our
You guys
plans for next year?
Excited for next year?
We actually just spoke about this yesterday. Make more money.
So you can buy more shit.
Make more money,
year.
spend more money.
Yeah. That was we want to update our portfolio too, and just kind of
Elevate.
tighten up our message, tighten up our target, like who we want
Who you
to
guys are at
target.
Target?
I feel like right now we're doing a good job, but we do want to stray away from a certain, like, I don't want to say look or style, but we want to attract a little bit more.
I think people who appreciate more of the art than, just give me my photos and walk away. As you know, we've all started incorporating albums and IPS and people who can appreciate, like, okay, I just don't want the digitals that live online forever. People who can appreciate what our new process is and what it is, so that we don't have any issues moving forward.
Yeah, we've turned away weddings where they're like, "Can we remove the album?" Like, sorry, we can't. And or somebody emailed us back, well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it is what it is. Like, you either take it or you don't. Like,
I haven't gotten resistance on that yet.
It hasn't happened. That doesn't happen often. Happen often.
It was just someone who inquired. I said on the pricing, and then they were like, "Oh, what would it be if we take this out?" And I was like, "You can't. That's it." And they never came back, which is fine.
You gotta appreciate it. Yep.
How do you guys sell the albums during the consult? Because I know you guys pre-sell a little bit on your marketing, right? On your website copy and all that stuff. And also, I noticed that you guys do a lot of the social media stuff on the albums as well, right? So, but during the consult, do you guys talk it up again?
Oh yeah, because we go through our whole investment guide, and one whole page about it is about albums. So we pretty much say, like, this is something really important to us as a business. You cannot remove it. We want you to have something tangible from your wedding, and not just. So I learned a phrase from Vanessa Joy, actually, where it was like, your digitals will die a digital death, where they will never be seen again. In the moment, you think you need them, but you will never go back and never look at them unless there's something that you can pick up and flip through. So I've been telling people that lately. I'm like, we don't believe in, like, your photos dying a digital death, where they just live online. You'll never look at them again. Go through that whole process. Where it's become a little bit more tricky is like with engagements, because people are used to getting all the images from their engagement session. And they just use 1, maybe 2 for the save the date. And then they'll put up like 5 on their Instagram, and then that's it. So why do you need 100 images? You're never going to go back and look at them. So it's been helpful to see how that process would look, and getting people in that mindset of, like, investing in what they're actually going to keep for the long haul.
And also, like, just knowing when to walk away, of, like, if, like, not giving in to people who have resistance, because if you do, you're gonna lose out on somebody that will come and value everything,
right?
So it's hard at times to be very strict about that mindset, because you're gonna lose some clients, but at the end of the day, you want the right client,
right?
I've
said this on a past live before, like, having a client break up with you or having a client well, no, breakup's the wrong word, but having a client not move forward with you is probably the best thing that can happen, because now your schedule's freed up for an opportunity to work with a client who's on board with everything that you are about.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned this back 2018 when we rebranded, when I basically paid for a workshop with our favorite Mexican photographer. Basically, do your thing, be yourself, do you, okay? The ones who appreciate everything that you're about, they will be on board with you 100%. You don't have to
Yeah.
you don't have to compromise anything about you and what you do and what you do for your art. The ones who love you, they will love you for everything that you're about, and they will be on board 1000%.
Yeah. I
The-
think that's the focus for 2024, and just
Attracting
being
your
true to ourselves and just not caving in for certain things. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
For me, it's like being like honing in my skills a little better. I'm always looking to improve technically. I have the freedom to do that because I don't handle the business.
Mhm.
So I like to look back every year and see like if my photography got better, my style got better.
Mhm.
So I have seen the changes the last 6 months. Just going forward, making a couple more changes and trying to attract a certain type of style of client as well.
You have been producing better images and stronger images. It's the camera, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all the gears
It's the
that you've
film
been.
camera. What I was to say, there was a planner that we saw at the Not Pro
Mhm.
thing, and
Wait, you
that
guys, was there an event this year?
No,
last year in Chicago, that planner said when a client doesn't book you, was like you didn't lose that client. Like that client was never yours. It was like that just was not your client. That was somebody else's client.
Mhm.
And then when I started thinking about it like that, I was like, I love that because it's true.
Yeah,
You know, it's
1000% true.
yeah. And what they were specifically talking about was like if this client would have booked you, they booked the wrong person
Mhm.
off the bat,
Mhm.
and that leads to potential red flags and issues down the road.
Right.
So they was like, yeah, don't ever think about it that way.
Mhm.
And that kind of had me thinking of like, that's 100% true. But when you're starting out, you just want everything.
Correct.
Everyone's your client.
Mhm.
But when you're 10 years in the business and you have a specific target that you're looking for, not everyone's gonna
Right.
be your client.
Yeah. I mean that ties into what I wanted to talk about earlier, where in 2022 we had more work than we knew what to do with, right? But we were coming out of 2 or 3 years of not working. So for 2023, I was just taking every inquiry that was coming in. I wasn't even screening them, even if they were
2022, you mean.
even if there were red flags and stuff, I was like, I'm just going to take the booking because we didn't eat for 2 years, right? And it bit me in the ass. You guys know this. I had maybe 1 or 2 unhappy clients this year because I took on clients that were not a right fit for what I was all about and
That's still
what
pretty
I was trying
good.
to do.
Yeah.
You
That's still
know,
pretty good.
but the thing is, I want 100% hit rate where everyone's happy, right? I mean, we're gonna get unhappy clients every now and then, but this year I got a particularly unhappy client. I'll be the first to reveal this and talk about it. It does happen. We take it as a learning experience, but like this is a lesson I already learned in previous years and doing this for 14 plus years. That you should be only taking clients that are a right fit for what you're all about, what your business is all about, what you guys stand for. Don't take clients for the money. I mean, yes, you have a business, you have to put food on the table, you have to put a roof over your head. Those things are important too, but it's not binary. You can still make a great living and get great clients. You don't have to just take the money just and take shitty clients.
So what are you guys looking forward to in 24? What are you guys doing different, new?
More money.
We have a kid about to go to high school next year, and that tuition. I mean, he got some scholarship money, but we still got to pay a little bit. You know what I mean?
So are you guys going to try and take on more work than you did this year?
Definitely say yes more than I guess this year.
Yeah, we pumped the brakes a
Yeah.
little bit too hard because 2022 was just killed all of us,
Mhm.
including our associates, and they were like,
Mhm.
"Yo, we are so exhausted, right? We're
Yeah.
burnt out." So 2023, we pumped the brakes a little hard, but I think 24 we're ready to rev up a little bit, and
Mhm.
like just based on our numbers right now, I think we're gonna do just fine.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And then along with how the market is behaving, it's behaving as predicted. I think you mentioned it earlier where we have these 3-year cycles where couples meet for the first time and then they go into engagement. That
Mhm.
timeline usually takes about 3 years
Yeah.
for that to happen, right? And I think we're right around that time as well. So I think we're going to hit our pre-COVID numbers. That's the hope anyway, right? But we're not going to leave everything up to chance. We are still working diligently to make sure that all of our marketing ducks are in a row, that we're doing all the things that we're supposed to be doing. I know that in 2022, we had more work than we needed to do with. So we could be lazy and still get plenty of work, right?
Right.
2023 taught us that, it's not going to last forever. You need to get your shit in order. You got to get your shit done. You got to do the stuff that you're supposed to be doing, blogging, social media, networking, all that stuff. You still need to be on top of that because I think we have a colleague of ours, a mutual colleague of ours. He's rocking and rolling 35 weddings one year and then now he's down to 4. So like you can't
take things for granted.
Exactly.
And also like look within yourself, like take the blame,
Take accountability. Be accountable for
people
your business.
people point fingers at everyone's doing bad. No,
No.
No, not everyone's doing
No.
bad.
No.
We're doing okay.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that are
Yeah.
thriving. There's people that are just a tiny drop off, and they welcome it because
They need a break.
Yep.
Yeah, to say that everyone's doing bad, so I'm doing
that's
bad.
not
No,
true. Yep.
it's caught up to you, and it's gonna take at least 2 years to get back to that pace.
Mm-hmm.
And it all counts on what you do now. What changes you make. Instead of blaming everything else, like look at yourself.
Be accountable.
What you can
Yeah.
do. Yep. What you can
I see a
do.
lot of that on Facebook groups of people like, always trying to compare numbers with other people. Like, how is everyone doing for this? Who cares?
And then trying to justify.
Yeah,
like,
it makes them feel better.
That they're behind.
Yeah,
and if
yeah,
everyone else is
they're
still
okay,
behind,
yeah.
if everyone else is behind, then I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm
No.
okay.
And
No.
what I typically do is I'll go on those people's social media platforms. This motherfucker hasn't posted in a month, and you're over here complaining. Stuff like that is really bothers me when I.
You know what really grinds my gears? There are folks who will complain about everything, about the business and the marketplace and everything like that. And sure, I have a paid program, a coaching program where it's not cheap to have me coach you and hold your hands and walk you through everything. But like I have free resources that I'm giving away every single Monday. I have free classes like the one that I'm doing this Wednesday, right? And people are not taking those opportunities to learn how to improve their business,
But if you do a photo walk, it'd be full.
It grinds my gears because the thing is, you're
Yeah,
complaining.
photo walk,
I'm like, all right,
lighting
fine.
workshop.
Fine, right now you're not busy right now. You don't have a lot of work right now, so you can't afford my full coaching program. But the thing is, I do free classes, I do free lives every Monday, and these people are not showing up to the lives. They're not. I'm giving away all this free information, and listen, there's no catch to any of this. I'm giving away the information, the same information that I'm giving away to my students, and it's for free, and they're not taking advantage of it. You know what I mean? And yet they will show up to all these other Facebook groups and complain about how slow it is and how they're not getting any clients.
Or
People
they
are ghosting on them. And
They spend so much time answering other people's questions.
like, why? How are you the authority on the subject matter? You know what I mean?
The last I checked, you were struggling, buddy. And you're over here giving advice.
I'm not saying this because I'm on a high horse or anything like that. But listen, I'm trying to help you. I have these free resources for you, and you're not showing up to these things, all right? You're complaining that my stuff is too expensive, but yet you're not taking advantage of
the free stuff. Yeah.
That really grinds my gears.
So where are you going to be this Wednesday?
I'm with.
This will air way after.
This will air way after. But actually, this Wednesday.
So December
January.
December 6th.
This will probably be posted January 6th.
So this coming Wednesday, I was invited by John DeFiora, a good friend of our podcast, to chat a little bit more about sales and marketing and how to help folks in the community, how to really get them to kick ass for 2024. That's what I'll be talking about this coming Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Holy shit, it is tomorrow.
At where? Anywhere?
At Cardinal Camera, 6:30.
In Howell, New Jersey.
In Howell, New Jersey. And I hear there's free pizza. There's going to be free pizza. So come for the pizza, listen to me yammer away for about 2 hours.
And buy some stuff.
Marketing.
Yes.
And buy some stuff. I hear there's going to be...
Write off those taxes.
You still have 3 weeks.
And let them know that John DeFiora sent you. All right?
Amazing.
Awesome. There we go.
Right.
I was going to say something bad about John. I was like, no.
I'm sad we're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
Ro finally took the initiative to buy us tickets to a concert.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Taking me on a date.
We're getting
What
cheesesteaks.
concert?
Steven Sanchez.
Oh.
So, but anyway, that really grinds my gears when people don't take advantage of the free things. Like, they're just so cynical about everything around them. The thing is, they're just overcomplicating everything. And I think that attitude, that negativity, that negative energy, it's just seeping out to everything that they touch.
And that's what happens. You get that back in your business. You're not putting out the positive.
Yep.
You're putting out the negative.
Yeah, you're putting out the negative energy, that's going to come back to you tenfold. You put out that positive energy, you're more generous with your information, you're more generous with your serving. It all comes back to you 1,000. I'm a huge believer in that. You know, whatever you put out there, you're going to get back 10%. I'm sorry, you're going to get back 10 times whatever you put out.
And don't have an ego either. Like some people that have been high, you know, and then they go back down, and it's like they're starting from scrap. Like there's no shame in that. I feel like a lot of people's egos get in the way of them, you know, starting to hustle again. Who cares? Like, you know, you learn from these things and you fix it and move on.
Yeah.
A lot of people have their ego get in the way of that. Like
You take your licks, you learn from it, and then you grow from it.
Yep.
You get back on it. So next year, we are going to ramp up a little bit more in our production and how many bookings we're
at
taking.
least for our associates, you know. Yeah, because
They were exhausted in 2022. They were like, I am done. We are so exhausted.
everyone, including our editor. Yep.
Yeah, we're done. But our editor, actually, it's public knowledge now, at least at this point, right?
Yeah, what are you going to do without her? She's on maternity
She's going to
leave.
be on maternity leave.
For just a week.
Kara's like, bring in your child. Bring in the baby.
Bring your child.
BYOC. No,
bring your own child.
I mean, technically,
You could breastfeed right here. It's fine.
You know what's so funny?
Like-
This morning I was talking to her. I was like, you know, when you come back in February, she's like, yo, that's only like a month after delivery.
Yeah.
All right, fine. March, okay, fine.
She gets 3 months at least.
I was like, honestly, I was like, no rush. You come back whenever you're ready. But like, I misspoke. I was like, oh, when you come back in February, she's like, yo, that's only a month after delivery. But in any case, I mean, we were already mentally prepared for this when she got married. Actually, I mean, listen, if she got pregnant before she got married, whatever, right? But in any case, as soon as she got married, we were like, all right, we were already mentally prepared that this day was going to come. So we already have things in motion. So so we have AI, we do have backup editors, and we have all that stuff in place, so that way the business still runs smoothly as it can run without her. But these things happen in any business, so you just have to plan for it. That's all.
In summary, 2024 will be
I think
good
it'll
year,
be
guys?
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a great year. I do love where the trends are going. Most trends
Yeah.
are going. And as far as like the bridal gowns are looking going forward.
I like the gowns. I'm getting really creative dresses this year.
I'm loving it. And what I'm starting to see is like our brides are starting to get a little younger as well. We're attracting younger brides more than usual.
No, they're not
We're
younger.
older.
They're
We're
the same
older.
age. You're just getting older.
We're older.
No, we have some pretty young ones lately.
Yeah.
But
How
we're
young are
also
we talking
old.
about?
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what I'm starting to notice is that they love the camera. They love being in front of the
Are
camera.
they looking for the content like right away? Like
No, they're
No.
not.
Like TikTok dances
No, they're
and
not.
stuff.
But they're making our job easier, and they're inspiring us to create even more. So I'm looking forward to that. Like I'm looking forward to the, going forward of what the next 5 years are bringing.
I'm really excited about some of these trends dying, and I'm playing a very active role in killing these trends, like the dress shot hanging on things,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm trying to
I
retire
hate
that.
that. Yeah.
I mean,
So
I'm still doing detail shots and stuff. But like, listen, if they spent money, they went on Etsy and they bought a personalized hanger, I will still shoot it, right? But if there's no hanger and we
And there's
still got
nowhere
the
to
plastic,
hang it.
I got nowhere to hang it.
It is what it is.
I might not take it.
Like you're wearing the dress
All day, yeah.
It's in your photos all day.
True. Very true.
But you know what I am
What's
kind
nice?
of
What's nice when you hang it in the trees.
and touch it, right? What I'm looking forward to, maybe working together with more content creators. I had one with my last wedding.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you're my first like content creator, like working together. And in the beginning when she showed up and when I found out she was going to be there, I was like, oh my God, maybe it's going to be annoying. But she was actually, like, I didn't really notice her. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was pretty good. And yeah, so I was
What
like.
What did she do? She shot on their phones?
On her,
or
yep,
on her
I
phone?
think on her phone or
Nice.
company's phone. Yep.
Another thing that I see evolving for me this year, and I hope to bring it into next year, is that this year I had a lot more better qualified planners. The planners were a much higher level. They were performing at a much higher
Mhm.
level.
Yep.
In years past, the planners just like totally sucked.
Yeah.
They were just there
Mhm.
with a clipboard and they didn't do anything, right? But this year, I've gotten the opportunity to work with some incredible planners, right? And like they take care of plan A, plan B, all the way to plan Z, right? If shit hits the fan, they got it under
They got it,
control,
yep.
Mhm.
right? In years previous, like these are just like
They're just there, warm body.
Yeah,
well,
you're
one
the
body
planner
with a
at that point.
clipboard, and
Yep.
maybe they were married like within the last 6 months, and now they think that they can plan a wedding,
Yep.
and like they were just not useful at all, right?
We spoke about this. I feel like that there's no in between with planners. They're either
No.
really good or they're really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
anyway, so next year my hope is that I'll get to work with more of these
Yeah,
planners.
more planners
Because
Yeah.
honestly, the
together.
good ones, if you're lucky enough to get to work with one, right? They make your life so
Amazing.
much
Mhm,
easier.
mhm.
But the shitty ones, like you might as well just not have them there.
I was like, where was this person during family photo? It was like, you need to be here.
You know what's funny? I actually don't
expect
want them there during
Yeah, I
family
really don't
photos.
expect them there.
Because well, he shoots and then I have the list, and I'm like,
That's
moving
why,
people.
yeah, you guys like the list.
when they
yep.
come with the list that I have, and then I'm used to like having our rhythm, I don't
takes
want
longer.
them there.
It takes
Yeah.
longer for us. But that's one thing that I don't mind them. It's other things I wish they would be a little bit more involved. Like,
Yeah.
But that's my goal for next year, to work with more planners. I do work with a
Me
lot of
too.
venues already. My hope for next year, my goal for next year is to work with more planners, the highly qualified ones.
Amazing
Yeah.
planners.
The
Yep.
good planners.
Yep.
And yeah, because I guess for the last 14, 15 years, I had a bad taste in my mouth with bad planners. And, that's why I didn't really want to work with them as much. But like after this year, I got a chance to work with some great ones. I was like, you know what? They're not all created equal.
Yeah.
We can make this work.
Cool. You know what's we had like in our chat every week we'd have some tea,
Yeah.
and then we forgot about all of it.
Yeah.
And then we had
Well, the
nothing
most
to talk
recent one is about the DJ
Yeah.
that took a shit in the middle of the
about. I don't
in the
know
corner.
if that story's
That's why.
real. You think it's real?
I think it's real. 'Cause-
That's
all right,
nasty.
all right. Let's talk about it real quick, right? So I've actually been to weddings.
Uh huh.
This segment is brought to you by. Actually, no, it's not brought to you by the Focus. All right. So let me tell you guys something. Like years and years ago, I want to say maybe 2014, over about 10 years ago, right? I shot a wedding, and it was the bath. There must have been maybe 150, 200 people at this wedding. This
Mhm.
bathroom only had one stall. No
Oh,
urinal,
no.
only one stall. That is not acceptable. And I think it was like not a porta potty, but one of those trailers.
Trailer park. Yeah.
Like it was just one stall, right?
Portable, yeah.
It's a
Porta
it's
bathroom,
portable,
yeah.
but not a porta potty. It's a
Fancy,
fancy
yeah,
porta
They
potty,
didn't
right?
have one for men, one for women.
Yeah. And the
They
thing
usually
was,
have at least 2 to 3.
you should have at least 2 stalls for a wedding that size. At least 2, maybe 3, but 2 minimum, right? There was only one stall for everyone. That's not acceptable. You got one guy blowing up the toilet, so nobody can use the bathroom.
Well,
What are you supposed to do?
That's how girls are used to, so it's okay.
Yeah. Welcome to our
You
life.
finally get why girls' minds are wrong, okay?
So anyway, there was a story on the interwebs that this DJ, he was waiting in line for the bathroom. He couldn't hold it anymore, so he took a shit in the middle of the corner. Actually, no, he took
In
a
the
shit in the
corner.
corner of the reception.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Inside,
Yeah, inside.
it was this.
So he had to pay a refund and plus some more for damages and stuff.
Yeah, why couldn't he go outside at least?
Go outside in the woods. To
Yeah.
That's what I would
gross.
do.
I
Yeah,
don't
behind the
know.
When-
cars.
when
I
nature
don't know,
calls.
Yeah.
I'm no
That's
stranger
gross.
to going out in the middle of the woods. I'll do it in a parking lot if I have to.
Someone, you remember the venue, the Manor?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they've been around way before we were born. So a photographer and Better Together said I think it was like in the early 90s.
Mhm.
It's the same carpet
Same carpet.
that was there before they
Yeah,
closed
Sure.
earlier this year. But he said when he was shooting a wedding, he watched a guest pee in the corner
Oh,
in the same carpet.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
And he
I
said,
believe
he said, basically saying like
yeah.
30 years later, that carpet's the same
Yeah.
and somebody peed on it
Yeah.
and no one did
I
it.
bet you some shit has happened on that carpet
Yes.
or in
Oh,
30 years.
God.
All venues. Yep.
All venues.
Mm.
You know,
What's the nastiest thing we've seen at a wedding?
nastiest?
Oh.
Threw up on the table.
Ooh.
Ew.
Yes. Wait,
Yep.
were you there at that wedding?
Yeah, I was there at the wedding.
Yeah, one of the guests
so
got
like
to.
we come down after like we eat and then like the whole one table is like the whole table's gone like except for extra table, right? The cloth decoration, everything's gone. We're like, what happened here? And then like later we find out like somebody like
barfed
During
on
dinner
it.
service, so
Yep,
they didn't
during
even
dinner
get food.
service. Yep, so they didn't even get their
Ew.
food.
So they got to eat leftover cocktail.
Like cocktail hour food they had to
Oh.
serve him. Yep.
We've been
That's the most
fortunate.
disgusting.
We haven't seen
Yeah, we
anything.
haven't anything nasty, thank
Yeah.
God.
I don't think I've got any throw up stories or pooping or peeing stories.
Good.
I don't know if I got any indecency. Actually, no, that's a lie. I have indecency photos. I have the photos to back those up. How about you guys?
No, we've been fortunate enough. I mean, we there was
Boring.
one wedding where the groom's brother threw up all over the bridal suite, but we didn't see it.
Yeah, it was
you know,
private.
but they were trying to sober him up because he was the best man. And he had to do a speech, so he threw up all over, and the planner basically told the couple like he's not doing his toast.
Yeah.
Like, and then 30 minutes later he comes back, he's walking around, and then the groom was like, "Oh yeah, we kind of want him to do the toast," and the planner was like, "No, like I don't think he should do the toast." He does the toast, and it was just bad. It was so bad. Like the bride was just like sinking, like as this post went on. She just kept sinking and sinking and sinking, and he starts going on like this, rant of like, "Yeah, I know she didn't want me to be up here and say my toast, but I'm gonna say it anyway." And
no.
he starts attacking people, and then the bride's family stands up all together and starts clapping to get him off the mic, and they're telling the DJ,
Cut his mic.
Yeah.
cut it. He starts chasing the guy around. He starts chasing the guy around the reception room with the mic, and instead of cutting it off. So they're running around the reception room, and then finally, like, they like 4 or 5 people grab him, and he's like, "I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish." And they're trying to think. They finally, thought, because it happened so quick, to cut the mic from
But
the
he also
board.
wanted to get the mic back from the
Yeah,
guy, so he had to chase him.
It was.
I had to walk out of the room because you get secondhand embarrassment, and you're like, I shouldn't be photographing.
Yeah.
this,
Yeah,
so
We
let me leave.
we stopped photographing it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
once we saw her, like all we saw was like her forehead
Yeah.
from the table.
Oh my gosh.
and
That's
and
the
we felt
funniest.
so bad. Like she locked herself in the bridal suite
Oh
for
my
like
gosh.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
good 45 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was so
We
upset.
we had a
and-
best man who talked about the groom's ex-girlfriends for the whole speech.
Oh my god.
But they got cut off fast though.
People don't.
She was
People
crying.
don't
The bride was
learn.
crying. Why
People
would you do
listen.
that? That was terrible.
Crazy.
And then one time I got sick from cocktail, and the mom was doing her toast, right? So I got the 2 pictures that I needed, the bride's mom and the couple's, listening to the speech. I was like, all right, I'm feeling sick. I'm gonna go and I'll be right back. I don't know. 40 minutes later,
You
I
should
come
have went to the
back.
corner.
No, so 40 minutes. So 40
She
minutes
was
later.
still talking.
40 minutes, I come back later. She's still talking.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So anyway.
All right.
Anyway,
Well,
I think
guys, that was a very boozy
Yes.
filled episode of
We were
a
really-
mishmash of a lot of things.
I don't even know. Do we have
for our
enough for an
editor,
episode?
Good luck.
I think we
We
do.
love you. We'll take you for a tomahawk steak or something. I don't know.
Holiday party.
Holiday party.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that holiday party.
So,
With that
yeah.
being said,
Are you guys focused AF?
No, I'm not.
All right, I guess I will do the closing.
yes.
Guys, if you want to check us out on Instagram at focus.af. And if you want to email us, be a guest, give us some hot topics, you can go to our website at focus-af.com. And
You can also email us.
you can email us
Yeah.
at hello@focus.
hello.
Thank you guys for following us this year. And this was
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, we
the
had so much
craziest
fun.
episode you listened to.
This is probably the craziest episode you ever listened to. The most
The end of
disjointed.
year, booze filled.
we do
Recap.
have some cool guests lined up.
Yeah.
In the next
Next
month, 2 months.
Yeah.
Coming
Coming
Look
up.
out for that, and we will not be as crazy that time.
Yes.
This is
Yeah, today's drink was extra boozy. I don't know
Yeah.
what
It
it
was
was.
holiday
What the hell
party.
you put in there?
Ben did it.
Ben drank one and he was gone. 20 minutes in. Like,
So, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. We'll
Bye.
see you
Adios.
next month. Bye.
Feliz
Feliz
Navidad.
Navidad. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Happy all
Happy
that.
Three Kings Day.
Adios.
Bye.